There was an argument.
Correct. He was in my face, like, don't be disrespecting me, don't be doing that. And at this point, he had his forearm on my neck.
And then he hit you.
Whacked me so hard.
No, ma'am.
Blood was everywhere, literally on the wall and the floor.
And then what happened?
I had to escape him.
This is Judy Justice. Devon Clarence is suing his ex-fiancée, Safari Williams, for false arrest, abuse, and emotional distress.
Court come to order. All rise.
Have a seat, please.
Hello, Judge. Case number 3090, Clarence versus Williams.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mr. Clarence, from what I've read, you and Miss Williams have known each other since middle school?
Yes, ma'am. Since middle school, we've known each other.
The papers suggest that sometime later, the two of you developed a romantic relationship and you started to live together in 2015.
Yes, ma'am. November 16, 2015.
And you have 2 children together.
Yes, ma'am, we did.
It appears that there was an incident in your home and you were arrested.
Yes, ma'am.
You were arrested for an assault. Was there a weapon that you were arrested for?
No, ma'am. There was no weapon I was arrested for.
It was just an assault?
Yes, ma'am. Assault on family member.
Okay. So, Miss Williams, I'm going to start with you.
Okay.
Because Mr. Clarence ultimately was acquitted of all of those charges.
Yes.
And that was after a trial.
Yes.
Mr. Williams says that as a result of your allegations, not only did he suffer damages himself, but he wasn't able to see the 2 children for a while because you had requested a restraining order, which was then granted, but later vacated.
It was a protective order, and yes.
And it covered the children?
Correct.
Just for my own information, how long, Miss Williams, did the protective order last so that Mr. Clarence couldn't see the children?
It was for 3 years, but he was able to see the children through visitation.
But how long was it that he did not see the children because of the protective order? Because that's part of his lawsuit.
Okay, so it was...
Mr. Clarence, how long in actuality was it that as a result of the restraining order, you could not see the children?
2 years.
2 years?
Mm-hmm.
That you didn't see them at all?
At all.
It was 2 years.
Okay. So you were living in a home together.
Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am.
On Valentine's Day, there was an argument.
Correct.
You called the police.
Correct.
The police responded and told you to leave the house for a while.
Yes.
And you did leave the house.
I did leave with my daughter.
But you have 2 children.
2 children because they told us that we had to split children, or one stays with the other parent, the other one comes with me.
Okay, so you have 2 kids, a girl who's how old?
She was 2 at the time.
And a boy?
He was 4 at the time.
So the boy stayed with his father. Mm-hmm. And you left with your daughter overnight.
Right.
Did you come back?
The next morning, yes.
She actually came back that same time at 2 a.m.
Well, the next morning, that's 2 a.m.
At 2
Don't interrupt again.
I'm sorry.
Okay. So you came back early in the morning.
Yes.
And what happened when you came back?
I stayed in my vehicle with my daughter because I didn't want to go into the apartment. And then...
Eventually, you went into the apartment.
Yes.
What time did you go into the apartment?
Which was 7 o'clock in the morning.
And that was on the 15th of February?
Correct.
Who was home when you got home on the 15th of February?
It was Devon and our son.
Was there any problem on the 15th?
The 15th was when me and him had got into it as far as a verbal altercation. He didn't like what I had said to him, and we just started going off, and he came to a point where he just got mad and said, well, you know, why would you say anything like that? You know, I don't care about you. And then we started getting into another argument. Then that's when he had brought out a knife and put it on the kitchen counter and said, if you want to kill yourself, go ahead. I don't care.
Okay, just a second. That was the 15th.
Yes.
Miss Williams, you know, most couples have arguments. Mm-hmm. So something had to have precipitated his statement because according to what you just told me, Mr. Clarence didn't take out a knife, according to what you said, and threaten you with it. He said to you, according to you, if you want to kill yourself, here's a mechanism to use it. What had you said to him immediately prior to that that inspired that? He told you he didn't love you anymore, he didn't want to be with you anymore, and?
And that's when he said he didn't care.
He didn't care, and you
about me
said-
at all. And so that's when he had took out the
He
knife.
said he didn't. No, you had to say something to him that says, well, if that's the way you feel, you go kill yourself. But you had to have said something to him before.
Right. It was the argument started with the kids, but then when he said that, I didn't want you here anyway, it is just, the relationship is pretty much dead, so there's no reason to stay. And if you want to leave, you can leave.
Is that what he said to you, or is that what you said to him?
him?
Oh, you said to him. Okay. And then?
And then that's when he said, well, I don't love you no more. I don't care for you.
You said that. And then what happened?
And then afterwards, that's when he had went in the kitchen, because I barely remember what happened after that. Because all I know is that when he had went into the kitchen, that's when he came back and said,
okay,
you can kill yourself.
Do you recall taking a knife and putting it either on a counter or on a tabletop and saying, if you want to kill yourself?
No, ma'am, I don't recall that.
Okay. But at that point, the police were not called. This was the day after the police had been called. This is February 15th. And Mr. Clarence left the house.
Right.
Right. He left on the 15th. Did he come back?
A week after.
So he was gone for 1 week.
Mm-hmm.
That brings us to the 20th. Did you communicate with him during that week?
Yes.
By phone?
Yes, text message.
Do you have copies of the text message?
I do not.
Do you have copies? I'd like to see the messages that were
So this is the first
traded
on February.
in that week's period of time.
Devon Clarence claims his ex-fiancée, Safari Williams, owes for a false arrest, abuse, and emotional distress. Safari is countersuing for assault and defamation.
Okay, so this is February the 19th.
Mm-hmm. And I also do have my text messages pulled up here on my phone. I don't get a hard copy.
Okay, good. Tell me if this is what it says. You say to him, I need my keys ASAP, please. That's a week after he left.
Correct.
What keys had he taken from you?
He had taken my house key and my mother's home key. It was on my keychain.
Okay. How did you get into the house for a week?
I never left because he had it.
You mean for a week you weren't out of the house at all?
At all. I had my kids. I lost my job. So I was at home. I had no reason to leave, really.
Just a second. When did you lose your job?
I lost my job a week prior because of the money he had taken out of the account that I was going to pay for to insure my job, because I had little legal issues with my job.
Well, tell me about that. That's not in here.
Yeah.
As far as...
losing your job had nothing to do with him.
No, it had everything. Because the reason being is the fact that I didn't have the money, because I was a delivery driver. So I had to pay off a certain citation that I was cited for.
What citation that you were cited for?
It was speeding citation.
So you got a speeding ticket, which you had to pay. He didn't force you to speed. You did that yourself.
Right. However, I had
you can't be a driver if they're going to take away your license.
That was the thing. So I had needed the money. He had taken that money out of there and used it to pay somebody else.
I don't know what you're talking about. Taking it out of where? A joint account?
Out of a joint account, yes, ma'am.
Okay. Wow. The reason you lost your job had nothing to do with him. The reason you lost your job is because you drove in a way that you got a speeding ticket. Now let's get back to the 20th. So you needed your house keys and your mother's house keys, which he had taken with him.
Yes.
Did you take the house keys?
No, ma'am. The keys that were inside the house were to her mother's house, but her mother had changed the locks previously before. So really, they were just throwaway keys, and the keys were just sitting inside of my glove box for months.
But you went by and you returned the keys?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
He had taken those keys. He had taken those keys prior, because he's always taking things of my possession.
Okay.
That's not true.
So
you asked him for your keys back, which means that during that interim period, the only text messages I see here, you asked him to come back to the house and bring you your keys. And I assume, since there is no history, that your mother's never had a history with him.
Oh, yeah.
violent history?
It's not a violent, but more so, she had her issues. They both had
I don't
the
care whether they
issues.
had their issues. So if you needed your keys back, he could have dropped them off at your mother's. He didn't have to bring them to you.
But she didn't allow him on the premises, that's why.
Well, why would you have invited him back on the 20th if you had such a miserable experience on Valentine's Day?
I didn't expect for him to sit there and...
There was an alternative, but he came back on the 20th with the keys. Now, I want you to tell me, on the 20th, because this is your counterclaim, you actually claim that he assaulted you. So I want you to tell me what happened on the 20th.
The 20th, I had asked him for my keys back.
Yes, and he came over.
He came home from work. He had dropped off the key, came in, said hi to the kids, tucked them in bed. I was in a room, but that day I wasn't feeling good. So I had to just, excuse myself to go to the bathroom. So I come back out. I see my phone being tossed on the bed by him as he was sitting there reading messages or whatever. So I didn't say anything about it. He just said, okay, I'm about to go. I said, okay, cool. And he kissed the kids and walked out.
So he kissed the kids and he walked out. He walked into what room?
He walked from the back room, our room where we were sleeping at, me and the kids, and he walked to the front door, out the door. So what happened was...
No, look here.
Yes.
He's leaving.
He's leaving.
And?
In a few moments, he had called me, and he asked me, what time is your job interview for the next day? I told him 8:30, and I asked him why. He said, well, I'm moving out. I'm getting all my things out of the house while you're there. I said, okay, well, why? Because the front office is not going to just let you off the lease,
Well, you understand, he hadn't been there for a week.
For just a week, yeah. But I'm just asking because I don't know how we were going to go about it. So that's when he had told me, don't act like I ain't seen you, you ain't seen me reading your messages. I'm tired of you disrespecting me. I'm tired of you disobeying me. I'm tired of you, talking to these dudes or venting and blah, blah, blah. Like, just going at me as if I'm disrespecting him. At this point, you left. So therefore, if I'm talking to a friend, what's the problem? Why are you looking through my phone? And this is nothing that you paid for.
That's true. Snoopy.
Yeah, so you're snooping around. So at this point, he's mad because of what
But he's not in the house.
Yeah, he's not in the house. So afterwards, I say, if you want to leave, stay gone. I don't even care. He hung up in my face. I said, okay, I don't have time for this mess. So I go in the back room, get ready for bed. I put my phone on the charger, and I lay down, and he's knocking on the door really hard. Kids sleep. So I go to the front door, and that's when he opened the door, and he just in my face, don't be disrespecting me, don't be doing that. And I'm just like, okay, bro, you need to get out of my face, first of all. And he just said, okay, well, you know what? Forget it, I'm leaving. I'm just gonna pack my stuff up and I'm leaving. The whole time he's packing his things in the
Okay, so he's packing.
Correct. So when he packed his things, he was just, talking, and he went in the back room. And that's when I had followed him in the back room because he was going to take my things. And then that's when he had came out and said, good luck finding your phone charger. Where's my phone charger? Because it's not on the bed. Where's my phone charger, bro? So I blocked him so he could give me my things. And he said, I don't know. I don't know where your phone charger is. Devon, where's my phone charger? I don't know. Now move. And he did a shoulder thrust. So I'm like, okay, bro. I grabbed his lanyard. He had his work ID. I grabbed his lanyard from around his head.
So you put your hands on him. Just a second, you put your hands on him because the lanyard, that's what it says here.
No.
No, that's what it says in your papers. You acknowledge that.
Oh,
that
so
you grabbed his badge, but his badge was on a lanyard that was around his neck. So you put your hands on him.
So yeah, so it was more so to take his things so he could give me back my phone charger. I need it for my job interview.
Devon Clarence is accusing his ex-fiancée, Safari Williams, of a false arrest after she assaulted him. Safari claims Devon assaulted and defamed her.
So you grabbed his lanyard, which was around his neck.
It was around his neck, and I took his glasses off his face.
And then what happened?
And then that's when he had turned around, dropped all of his things, and he turned around and he started tussling and then try to get his things. So I said, no, give me my phone charger.
So far, what I'm hearing is there was lots of nasty stuff going on. He's packing his things, giving you the best possible scenario. He took your phone charger. You didn't see him take your phone charger, but it was on the bed, according to you, and then it wasn't on the bed anymore.
Correct.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. So in response to that, you put your hands on him twice. Once with a lanyard that had his badge on it.
Right.
And then you grabbed his glasses off his face.
But never hurt him. Never.
Just a second. You put your hands on him, not in a happy way. You put your hands on him in an aggressive way.
No.
Because, oh yes, if you grab somebody's glasses off their face, madam, and grab a lanyard from around their neck, that's aggressive. He may not have been hurt as a result of that, but you have to know you're not allowed to put your hands on somebody else in anger.
It was not angry. I took him. I didn't touch him or hurt him. It was never aggressive. I just wanted my things back, and I didn't touch him or choke him or anything.
I got it. I'm just telling you what the law is. You put your hands on him in an aggressive way because you wanted your charger back,
Okay.
which he had taken, but he had not taken off your person. If he took it, he had taken it from where you left it because he was annoyed that you were texting other guys, according to you, because he had been gone for a week. You can text whoever you like. Okay, so now you've taken his glasses off and you've taken his badge off, which was on a lanyard. What happened next?
After he turned around and he
Started to tussle with you, which is
tussling
what
for
you
his
said.
things, and then afterwards we fell over the couch. And at this point, he had his forearm on my neck, so at this point, I can't breathe.
No, ma'am.
I told him, get off of me. Devon, you're hurting me. You're choking me. I cannot breathe. Please get off of me. Get off of me.
He's on you with his
forearm.
with his forearm on your neck.
Yes.
And
so at this point, he gets his things. He grabs his stuff.
okay, so he not choking you anymore. And
He gets up and he
look at me.
put his glasses on. And then at this point, he's standing over me. I'm still on the floor, and I'm telling him to get off of me. Or not
No,
get
he's
off me,
already
or get
off
away
of you.
from me.
He's already off of you, Miss
Yes.
Williams. He's gotten his things. He put his glasses on, which means both hands were
Correct.
putting his glasses on. So he's not
standing
on
over
top
me.
of you anymore.
But he's standing over me.
So he was standing. And
I push him away. I said, get out, get out. I don't want you here. Get out, please get out. So at this point, I'm shoving him away from me.
okay, so again, he's standing there and you're pushing him.
Yes, pushing
Go
him
ahead.
off of me. And then that's when he did a close fist and hit me right here on the side of my face.
Okay.
So I passed out. I didn't know, I blacked out. And then after I had gotten up and I cried, I said, why did you hit me? Why would you hit me like this? Like, why? And then he just kept going back and forth.
Back and forth where?
From the front door to the back room to the front door.
Was he taking his things out?
I don't know what he was taking.
Okay, so he's
at
going
this
from the
point.
back door to the front door, but he had packed his things.
Right.
Okay.
So I get up, and that's when he turned around, and I can't, right now, I'm imbalanced. I can't even stand up right because he whacked me so hard. So at this point, he stood up and said, you want to fight me? Fight me.
Not true.
And he put up his hands, so that's when I put up my hands. And then I went to hit him, and then that's when he had started throwing punches at me, like back to back to back to back. And I busted my lip, so...
Okay, so let me understand this. You both got up, and he said, you want to fight me? So you put up your hands, both of you put up your hands, and you went to punch him. That's what you just told me. Missed, I assume.
Missed.
And then he hit you.
Yes.
Okay, so again, you went to punch him.
And I missed. And that's when he...
Okay, fine. Now I got it. And then?
And then that's when he started hitting me.
Okay, so
Rolling
now
punches.
now you're fighting.
Yes.
Go ahead.
And I told him to stop as soon as I saw blood was everywhere, literally on the wall and the floor. And he stopped.
But let me ask you this question. From all this fighting and tussling, was Mr. Clarence visibly hurt anywhere?
No.
Did he have any mark whatsoever? No. So you never connected with him in anything that you did. So far, correct?
No, ma'am. I had scratches on my neck, and she did not put her hands up to fight me. She actually threw a car battery at my hands.
No, that is so untrue.
I have pictures of the car battery and it being broken, if you would like to see that.
Okay, I'm going to get to you in a second. Anyway, that's when he left. Did you go to work?
No, ma'am.
What did you do?
So I had to go sleep in my car because I didn't have my glasses.
Where were your glasses?
Inside the house.
So you left without your glasses?
Yes, ma'am.
He had his glasses on that night, the whole time.
Is that what your testimony said?
Shh.
I'm sorry.
I'm not there with you.
Okay. When did you call the police, Miss Williams?
I didn't. He took my phone.
Okay.
He had
Well,
taken my phone.
somehow the police were contacted.
I don't know how they were contacted. I had to escape him.
When you escaped him on the 20th, did you take your children?
I took them. Yes, I did.
Was he in the house?
He was inside and out of the house. So, Yana, can I add one more thing? So after all that happened, that's when he did leave. I had the opportunity to get his clothes. I put his car battery in the hamper that he was packing his stuff at, threw it outside of the apartment, and then I closed the door, locked it so he wouldn't get in. So at this point, I'm looking for the phone to call the emergency services. However, he goes up to the window and says, "Looking for this?" And it was my phone. So I had to find another device in the house to try to at least get a recording or to find something to say, I have to verify this because I feel like nobody's going to believe me even if I was, if I made this up. So I had to record it off of my son's tablet. I have a video of the injuries of the night that it happened.
Well, you have hospital records because you say that you went to the hospital the next day.
Yes, ma'am, I did. I went to the hospital and they diagnosed me.
No. I want to see the hospital records.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm scared. He is crazy. He is really, really crazy.
Would it be a fair statement that you did, in fact, punch her in the mouth?
She grabs me on my shirt, and she pulls me into the house and starts punching me.
Wow.
I was like, you know what? That's it. And I started going back at with her.
It was nasty. That's what happened. And that's outrageous.
This is Judy Justice. Previously on Judy Justice.
What happened next?
After he turned around and he
started to tussle with you, which is what you said.
And then afterwards, we fell over the couch. And at this point, he had his forearm on my neck, so I can't breathe.
No.
I told him, Devon, you're hurting me. You're choking me. I cannot breathe. Please get off me. Get off me.
He's standing there, and you're pushing him.
Yes, pushing him off of me. And then that's when he did a closed fist and hit me right here on the side of my face. So I passed out. And then after I had gotten up, he stood up and said, "You want to fight me? Fight me."
Not true.
Now you're fighting.
Yes.
Go ahead.
And I told him to stop as soon as I saw blood was everywhere, literally on the wall and the floor. And he stopped.
But let me ask you this question. From all this fighting and tussling, was Mr. Clarence visibly hurt anywhere?
No.
So far, correct?
No, ma'am. I had scratches on my neck, and she did not put her hands up to fight me. She actually threw a car battery at my hands.
I had to find another device to try to at least get a recording. I had to verify this because I feel like nobody's going to believe me even if I made this up. So I had to record it off my son's tablet. I have a video of the injuries of the night that it happened.
Well, you have hospital records because you say that you went to the hospital the next day. I want to see the hospital records.
And now, the conclusion. Devon Clarence is suing his ex-fiancée, Safari Williams, for a false arrest and an assault. Safari is countersuing Devon, claiming he assaulted her.
Okay, so you weren't admitted to the hospital. You were just seen by somebody the next day. What time the next day?
It was around 11, 10 o'clock. My mother had taken me to the hospital.
How did you get in touch with your mother?
After I left the house.
Well, how did you leave the house? Right now, he's locked out. You locked the door. And you're looking for something to record him. Mm-hmm. And you found something to record him.
Which was my son's tablet.
And
that's when I went into the living room. I brought my kids to the living room with me, and I had to wait it out because I didn't want to go out there like he was just going crazy, like monstrosity. But I was afraid to go out there. So that's when I had locked in. I locked myself in, waited until the morning. He cannot go 24 hours without going to sleep. So I said, I'm going to take my advantage, wait till he goes to sleep. And he went to sleep in his car. And I got my keys, and I grabbed my two kids, barefooted and all, no clothes. And he had set the alarm.
Just a second. So you grabbed your kids and took them out to your truck.
Yes.
And drove where?
I drove to my auntie house.
At what time? This is on the 21st?
Yes, the 21st. It was around 7, 8 o'clock in the morning.
And you drove to your aunt's house, and what did you do?
I went into my auntie's, and she called my mom When she called my mom, that's when my mom had came over to her house and saw the injuries. And she said, we need to go to the hospital because we don't know how bad or how severe your injuries are. So that's when I was like, okay, I can go to the hospital. And she drove me there. I couldn't make a police report or assault report with the hospital because they were going
No. You can't tell me what happened at the hospital that you couldn't.
Right.
You went to the hospital,
and then
weren't admitted, you were seen by a doctor.
I was
Go
seen
ahead.
by the doctor. I wasn't, in fact, admitted.
If you were admitted to a hospital, I want to see those medical records.
Okay.
This isn't a medical record. This is a one-pager on a visit that you had where you complained about an assault, and the doctor did notice some abrasions on your face.
Okay.
Doesn't say you were admitted anywhere.
I'm sorry, I don't have that one on me.
Okay. So now let's move on. So you drove your kids about 10 miles to your aunt's house. You stayed at your aunt's house for a while. Your aunt called your mother. Your mother came and said, I think we should go to the hospital and check out your injuries. And
that's when
I want to know how the police got involved.
So the hospital called the police.
So you're saying it wasn't you, the hospital called the police, so the police came to the hospital?
The police came, but they wasn't able to. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It was one of a county issue with the
You want to tell me?
Yes. Yes, she'll be able to tell you better.
So, Judge, when we went to the hospital, so the hospital is between Harris County Sheriff Department and HPD. So when we...
Well, he was arrested somewhere. So he was arrested somewhere.
Right.
On what date were you arrested?
I was arrested on February 24th, so 4 days after this incident.
Okay. I assume you asked your daughter what happened when you, either driving to the hospital or when you got to your sister's house.
Yes.
At the time you asked her what happened, did she tell you that they had been in a fight?
Well, I could see they had been in a fight.
Well,
but...
no, there's a difference between a fight, which is mutual combat.
Right.
And an assault, which suggests that there was only one victim and one perpetrator.
Yes.
So what I want to know is whether your daughter discussed with you the facts that she's just relayed to me. Mm-hmm. That's a question, not a ha-ha.
Right.
Did she tell you that they were fighting?
Yes, she did.
Did she tell you that she at any point put her hands on him?
No, and she didn't because her mouth was so bad. She
just
really
a second.
couldn't explain.
She did. She just told me.
Yes, but she didn't explain it to me that way.
I know, but she just explained it to me that way. I'm not putting a judicial imprimatur on anybody's assaultive conduct.
Right.
But you have to understand that in a fight, somebody ends up at the bottom of the barrel and somebody at the top of the barrel.
I agree.
Devon Clarence has accused his ex-fiancée, Safari Williams, of reporting a false arrest after she assaulted him. Safari claims Devon assaulted and defamed her.
You did hear your daughter testify that at some point he got up and she went to throw a punch at him and missed.
Right.
And then he punched her and he continued to punch her. You did hear that?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Okay, now I'm going to see a video.
Just press play.
Devon is hitting me. I have no phone. He took my phone. He took everything, and I'm helpless. So I'm trying to get out of here, but I need proof. This is proof. He's hitting on me. I have blood everywhere. I have blood everywhere. Oh my God. I'm scared. I'm scared. He is crazy. He is really, really crazy.
Okay. Would it be a fair statement, Mr. Clarence, that you did, in fact, punch her in the mouth?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And I want you to tell me, because I see she's injured, her mouth is injured. I want you to tell me in your own voice what precipitated that, because that's a nasty hit in the mouth.
So when we flipped over the couch, I stood up, and she says that she pushed me off, but she actually reached her hands up and grabbed me by the testicles, and that's when I punched her. Right after punching her, she let go. I ran to the door. When I ran to the door, she followed behind me with a car battery. She picked it up, and she tossed it in my direction, which caused for me to have an injury to my hand.
You have photographs of that?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
That's not true. There's the battery.
Just
This was taken a couple days afterwards when the
By
swelling
whom?
went down
by whom?
by me.
Is that the only injury that you sustained?
No, ma'am, I also from when she was choking me with my work lanyard. I also have pictures of my neck
Okay,
that was
let's-
taken that next morning.
I'd like to see it.
Untrue. I
Don't
saw
speak.
him.
Don't speak. You're talking about this cut?
Yes, ma'am.
And where was that?
That's on my neck. That was right here, across the front.
Oh, I see. Okay. Go ahead.
So when we were tussling, so she threw the car battery at my hand. I looked down at my hand. I look at the broken doorknob, and when I'm looking at the broken doorknob, I look back up.
Which doorknob is?
The front door. Well, from when I grabbed the door, and when she tossed it, it hit my hand and slammed the doorknob down.
Okay.
So I look down at my hand, and I see nothing but white inside of my hand. My hand was bleeding. Well, was about to start bleeding, but I saw the white, I saw the bone, I saw everything. So I looked up, and I was like, "What did you do? Are you crazy?" And at that point, she says, "I don't care anymore." She grabs me by my shirt, and she pulls me into the house and starts punching me.
Oh.
At that point, when she starts punching me, I was like, you know what, that's it. And I started going back at with her.
No.
After punches were exchanged, I left.
Judge, those are the punches on the video that he did.
Just a second. I saw that she had an injury. He acknowledges that he hit her in the mouth.
So what I want to also add to that, because I saw him that same morning. I talked to him. He claimed at 7 o'clock in the morning he was on his way to a funeral. I told him, I said, well, look, I just spoke with my sister. I'm going by and get the kids some stuff. Don't come to the apartment. He shows up. Nothing wrong. I didn't see a scratch anywhere. And I asked him, why are you here? Well, I'll just come let you know that I filed a police report. Why are you here?
Shh, just a second. So he filed a police report. Can I see a copy of that police report? Do you have it?
I do not have a copy of the police
Okay.
report.
So after he told you that he filed a police report, you went back to your sister's house. I assume you got...
No, I hadn't went to my sister's house. So my sister called me.
To go get things... Just a second. Look. Your sister called you and told you that your daughter was there with your grandchildren.
Right.
Could you go and pick up things for them?
Right.
So you drove over to the apartment where they had lived together.
Right.
He came,
Right.
said, I've just filed a police report against your daughter.
Right.
Then you went to your sister's house and you decided to go to the emergency room of the hospital.
Yes.
And then you filed a police report, or your daughter did.
We didn't file it at the hospital.
No, I didn't say at the hospital. Subsequently,
yes,
you
we
filed
did.
a police
Yes, we did.
report.
Correct.
Do you have a copy of that police report?
I have my affidavit.
No, I don't want an affidavit. I
police
want
report, we should have
a copy of the
Sure.
police report.
Let me see.
That's it.
Okay, Kevin.
Alongside with my injuries that
I saw your injury. Well, this police report, the charge is assault of a family member impeding breathing.
yes.
And the affidavit reads, defendant, on or about February 20th, did then and there unlawfully, intentionally, and knowingly cause bodily injury to Safari Williams, the complainant, with whom the defendant had a dating relationship by impeding the normal breathing and circulation of blood by applying pressure to the complainant's throat. Okay.
So right here, I have a copy of the motion to dismiss, which shows that they dropped the impeding breath, showing that I did not choke her.
That we know. The case was dismissed. Do you have a copy of the visitation order? You don't have joint custody because you indicated you had joint custody.
We have joint custody now.
When were you granted joint custody?
August 1st.
Was that after the mediation?
After the mediation, yes, ma'am.
And Ms. Williams, did you consent to the joint custody? Or did the mediator, after the trial, recommend joint custody?
Yes, I did consent to it.
You did. And that was the mediator's recommendation.
Correct.
Okay. The only thing I have to ask you, Mr. Clarence, is for what period of time from the 20th of February, was it until August or October that you didn't see the children?
So actually, it wasn't actually until that June. Orders were signed October. She failed to sign the children up for the domestic relation office for the supervised visitation. She failed to sign them up for another 6 months.
Not true.
So it was an additional 6 months?
An additional 6 months.
Okay.
Judge, during that time where he was saying that he was trying to see the kids, he wasn't paying child support.
I don't care whether he was or whether he wasn't. I wouldn't pay child support if I had an order that said I couldn't see my children. Do you understand what I'm saying?
But it wasn't one of those keep the children type things away. It definitely wasn't. And when
Miss Williams, I'm done with this case. I got it.
Devon Clarence claims his ex-fiancée, Safari Williams, owes for a false arrest, abuse, and emotional distress. Safari is countersuing for assault and defamation.
While he has many causes of action in his complaint, the only one that I find actually viable, because they did, in fact, both of them engage in domestic violence against each other on February 20th. This is not a I say, you say. This is
because I went into the apartment and he had tape. He had electrical tape on the door. He kept my door there all night.
I want you to not speak. I want you to listen.
Okay.
I'm finished with the fact-finding in this case. Your daughter and Mr. Clarence had a domestic incident on February 20th. It is clear to me that your daughter got the worst of the physical bargain, but she was, in fact, the aggressor. She did, in fact, put her hands on him first. I'm not asking you a question. I'm telling you, based upon what she told me, she put her hands on him first, twice. They had a fight. It was unpleasant, and she ended up certainly more injured than he did. It was nasty.
Yes, it was.
There is not a scintilla of evidence that Mr. Clarence should have been denied seeing his children as a result of a restraining order for over a year.
He wasn't
there. Just a second. Sit. Now you don't get it. Okay. Now you don't get it. I'm not listening to you. Now I'm ruling. There is not a scintilla of evidence that Mr. Clarence, who lived with these children for 4.5 years, who took care of them regularly alone, should have been denied seeing his children for over a year. And that's what happened because she asked for a restraining order that included the children. That's what happened. And that's outrageous because two adults who have children can fight with each other and they can be angry with each other and they can be vicious with each other, which they were, but they created two children. And the proof of the pudding is in the tasting because after it was all said and done, Mr. Clarence has joint custody of the children. So for a person that went from not being able to see his children then to supervise visits, because that's what he asked for, and that took an additional 6 months, that is an outrageous outcome. Outrageous. Because I know that you would think it was outrageous if Mr. Clarence prevented your daughter from seeing the children for 2 days, for 1 day. I would think it was outrageous. And in this country, mothers and fathers have the same rights to children. Not they're her children or his children, they are their children. And if she feels threatened by him and had a protective order, that's okay. But then you are cooperative with regard to seeing the children, either in a supervised manner or some other manner. But asking for a restraining order that includes the children when there was never any indication that Mr. Clarence was an irresponsible parent is outrageous. I find that on the cross-complaint for assault, I find that Miss Williams was, in fact, seriously injured in her mouth as a result of this altercation. I also find that she was the provocateur because she put her hands on him first. So I'm dismissing your cross-complaint and I'm granting your complaint, Mr. Clarence, with regard to the children and the protective order which precluded you from seeing your children for that length of time. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $5,000. On that issue alone, the remainder of your complaint is dismissed. Your counterclaim is dismissed for the reasons that I've stated. We're finished here. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
This court is adjourned.
I don't believe that I was ever the aggressor. He was always the person to gaslight me, especially when he brought the kids or he always taking the kids.
I've never gaslit her. I've always told her exactly what things are, told her the truth on matters. And a lot of people just can't handle the truth on things. So if you can't handle the heat, get out the kitchen then.
He saw that I didn't care anymore. He saw that I dried up and just said, you know what, it's done. So if you want to leave, leave, please.
No, that day I had a cool head. I tried my best to get out that situation. Made many attempts, a beeline for the door, and she wouldn't let me leave.
I just want to be a mom. Just like he want to be a dad so bad, let me be a mom. But I could never get that from him, so.
I try to keep things cordial so the way my children can grow up in a favorable household.
What's your takeaway?
I think a big thing that I'm sure happens, you've seen it far more frequently than I have, but I'm sure it happens a lot, is mothers or fathers, but mostly mothers, who get into domestic violence situations or even assaults, even though here we decided that it was more of a mutual combat situation, but even so, they feel that they need a restraining order to protect themselves from their partner. And that's fair. You know, you feel threatened, your life, your safety, but that does not automatically transfer to children, like you said, that you share together. Because as we saw here, with very little, you know, we found out in the first 5 minutes of questioning that this was more of a mutual combat than a one-sided assault.
She just got the worst bargain.
Of course, but still not enough to keep a man from his children for over a year.
You know, it's sort of interesting. It's easier and safer for judges, for family court judges or criminal court judges, to sign off on these sweeping protective orders that cover place of work, your home, the children's school, the children. It just is easier to check all the boxes and say, we'll take care of it at trial. Well, that might be okay if everybody gets a trial in a week. In this case, it took 3 years for it to be resolved. So,
for something he probably should have had from the beginning, joint custody, you know, given that they both cared for the children together.
And certainly not deprived of any contact whatsoever for well over a year.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. They made a complaint to the police that you had threatened them with a gun.
Correct.
And you didn't see a firearm.
He was telling me to get off of his property, screaming accusations. I turned and ran.
He didn't have a firearm.
Everything they've said is lies.
You consciously lied to the police, and it could have been tragic.
This is Judy Justice. Donald Sullivan is suing his tenants, William Callahan and Aaron Crowcroft, for loss of income, a false restraining order, and filing a false police report.
Court come to order. All rise.
Have a seat, please.
Hello, Judge. Case 3109, Sullivan versus Callahan, Courtroom.
Mr. Callahan, how long have you been a tenant of the plaintiffs?
I've personally been a tenant for 3 years. Aaron here has been a tenant for 11.
And you live together?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Anybody else live in the house?
My partner.
Okay. And how long has your partner been in the house?
Me and him have been in the house 12 years. We're the original tenants.
And are you a tenant of his?
Yes, Your Honor.
What do you pay in rent?
We pay $1,000 a month in rent.
You pay to Mr. Crowcroft.
No, I'm paying for the entirety of the rent myself.
Why is that?
Because he's mentally disabled and doesn't have a source of income right now, so I am his caretaker primarily.
Okay, let's start again. You've been living in the house for 11 years.
11 or 12, yeah. We moved in January 1st, 2012. That's our official move-in date.
And you have a partner?
Yes, I do.
Male or female?
Male.
Does that partner work?
Yes, he does.
What kind of work?
Retail.
Sales?
Yes, retail sales like Walmart.
And what is the nature of your disability?
I'm severely bipolar with Asperger's syndrome and ADHD.
Did you ever work?
I've worked on and off, but I've never been able to maintain work. I've tried. I've never been able to.
Get Social Security?
Not yet, but I'm applying for it as we speak.
How old are you?
I'm 38.
How have you been supporting yourself?
My parents, and then he came into my life.
How did he come into your life?
We've known each other online for a very long time.
Does he get along with your partner?
Yes, very, very much so.
And what kind of work do you do?
I'm a truck driver.
You work for a company?
Yes, I work for a company.
Long haul?
I do a lot of the local, regional stuff, so all within the state of Wisconsin.
Okay. You don't go on trips longer than a day or two?
No, I'm usually home every night.
And how much do you earn at that job?
About $2,200 a week.
And what do you get paid for, and by whom, as a caretaker?
I don't get paid by anyone. I'm just helping him out, so I'm not officially his caretaker or anything, but as a friend, I'm just helping take care of him.
I got it. So you're not a caretaker of his. I misunderstood. Did you apply to be a caretaker?
No, ma'am.
No, because you're gone all day.
Yes, sir.
So Mr. Crowcroft is alone all day.
Yes, sir.
And his partner is in sales, so he's not there during the day.
Yes, sir.
And you pay the entire rent.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Sullivan, this is your claim. Your claim is that an incident occurred and the defendants alleged to the police that you had a gun and you were at home at the time. Police came to the house. There was a scene. They advised you probably by bullhorn to come out of the house with your hands up. Is that right?
Correct.
You did. You had no gun, but you were in fact taken into custody for that brief period of time. You allege falsely based on a false complaint of theirs to the police. The defendants acknowledge that they made a complaint to the police, but say that the police misunderstood them, that you had threatened them with a gun. That's your defense.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes.
When did this incident occur?
It was November 6th after midnight, so November 7th until about 3 a.m.
What year?
Of
23.
Yeah, 2023.
Okay. Tell me first, who called the police?
I was the one who called the police that night.
All right, Mr. Callahan. Tell me what happened that night that caused you to call the police.
Originally, I had went to talk with his son because I had received a call from an anonymous number.
From Mr. Sullivan's son?
No, not from Mr. Sullivan's son, but...
No, you went to talk to Mr. Sullivan's son.
Correct.
Is that his son?
No, we're talking about Donald John Sullivan.
Okay, so he's not here.
No, ma'am.
So you went to talk to his son, and where does his son live?
So according to the map there, our defendant's house, our house there.
Got it. So you left your house at what time?
I want to say it was about 11:45 p.m. on the 6th of, that was November.
Okay, so that was on the 6th of November. And what caused you to leave your house at 11:45?
I had, like I said, I had received an anonymous call that someone was investigating his son for the sale and possession of marijuana.
Okay, so you received a call.
Yes, Your Honor.
From someone you don't know. Did they leave a message, or was it an actual call that you picked up?
No, completely unavailable number.
Okay, and that the plaintiff's son, who lives in the middle of where you live and the plaintiff lives.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you must be friendly with him.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, we are. We're on good terms.
Must be if you went there and got this information. How come you didn't call him?
I have text messages to him, but unfortunately that phone was lost and destroyed, so I haven't been able to recover those yet, and I'm trying to. We're also trying to get his original police report about an assault that occurred.
Why is it that these lost phones always happen within weeks of a lawsuit? That is interesting to me.
Well, that one was actually replaced in December.
I don't care if it was replaced in December. It's just unfortunate for your proof.
Donald Sullivan claims his tenants, William Callahan and Aaron Crowcroft, filed a false police report and a false restraining order against him.
Okay, so you walked over to the plaintiff's son's house and told him you had received an anonymous call that somebody was selling marijuana out of his house.
No, that someone was purporting that he was selling marijuana out of his
Who
business.
was selling?
Donald John Sullivan.
I understand that marijuana was being sold out of his son's house.
Yes.
Okay. And then what happened?
We talked it over. After we talked it over, I returned back home. There was no issue at that point.
You didn't go over there because there was an issue. I gather you went over there because you were his friend and you wanted to alert him.
Yes, Your Honor.
And then you went home. Come on, let me hear.
And then from there, I had gone back inside and leashed up my dog and then noticed I was out of cigarettes. So I had called him and was like, hey, do you have any cigarettes?
What do you mean you called whom?
Donald John Sullivan, the
So
son.
now you telephoned him
Yes.
after having gone over there to have a discussion about the call.
Yes.
You telephoned him, you said, I'm out of cigarettes. So now this is 12 o'clock.
Correct, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
From there, I went back over to retrieve a cigarette for myself, and this is where the incident occurred. There was
Well, tell me what happened.
After he had given me a cigarette, I went to return. Mr. Sullivan was at the corner of the house.
Show me where.
So at the corner of the house here is where Mr. Sullivan was postponed because I feel he knew the position.
No, don't tell me what you feel. I don't care what you feel. You were between your house, right at the edge of where the plaintiff's son lives, and your house. So you went there to get a regular cigarette.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yeah. And is marijuana legal in your state, by the way?
No.
No. You went there to get a cigarette at midnight, and you claim that the plaintiff came out
Yes, Your Honor.
of his house, and what happened?
I think you might have messed up the timeline there. The plaintiff didn't come out of his house. The plaintiff was already over here.
When you came to get the cigarette, the plaintiff was there already?
Yes.
Okay, so you called, and the plaintiff was already there. You said you're coming for a cigarette.
Yes, Your Honor.
Beginning to think that somebody is peeing on my leg. Go ahead.
And then...
And this is at midnight.
Yes, Your Honor.
Keep going.
Then from there, whenever I saw him, he immediately saw me, started screaming accusations.
Just a second. Come and step back here now for a moment. I want you to tell me what Mr. Sullivan said to you.
He was telling me to get off of his property and get out of his house.
Okay. And what did you say to him?
I did not say anything back. I turned and ran.
Okay, and?
From there, I ran through our houses to the road there.
Now you can go back.
So I ran from here.
Yes.
Up through the middle of our house and our garage here, down the neighbor's driveway.
Why'd you just go home?
I didn't feel like I would be safe at home.
Why?
I don't own any firearms or anything to protect
He didn't
me.
have a firearm.
I know, that's where the police messed up with that.
Just a second. Police didn't mess up. I want to know, you're running, but you ran past your house because you said you didn't have any firearms in your house. He didn't have a firearm, and you didn't see a firearm.
No, Your Honor.
So why would you worry about having a firearm in your house? How old are you?
32.
How old is he?
74.
Yeah. You understand I'm not buying your story.
Okay.
You do understand that I'm not buying your story. Back. Do you have a copy of the police report?
Yes,
Police
I do.
were called. The defendant, Mr. Callahan, acknowledges that he called the police. Mr. Crowcroft, you did not call the police.
No, I wasn't awake.
You did not call the police. Well, that's what this case is all about. Did you speak to the police? No. Well, Mr. Callahan, this is very clear in this police report. Actually, couldn't be clearer. The police were dispatched. It was not a mistake, as you allege, that the police didn't mistake anything. They were dispatched over a call that said that Mr. Sullivan pointed an AR-15 type rifle at him while speaking to the plaintiff's son. That's what it said in the police report. Now, I've read your answer to this, sir, and your answer suggests that the police got it wrong.
Yes, Your Honor.
That's what the answer says. However, the police did an investigation, and I'm going to read to you what they say, sum and substance. Callahan, that would be you, admitted that he made up the incident because he feared for his roommate. I told Callahan that he was pathetic. Callahan stated he might as well blow his brains out and stated that it would do me a favor. Callahan was arrested, that would be you, for obstruction. The officers, had conducted a follow-up because they were shown film footage, which evidently was from a Ring camera that the plaintiff's son has, showing the entire incident, which clearly suggested that there was no AR-15, there was no gun pointed at all. And when you were confronted with that footage, you said, all right, I made up the incident. That's what you said. This wasn't a question of the police getting the report wrong. You acknowledge you made up the incident. Okay. Mr. Sullivan, why are you suing Mr. Crowcroft?
For several things. For one, he cost me loss of income because I had a young lady that was going to rent my house for 15
Where
months.
is she?
She couldn't get off work.
Not interested in it.
I do have a certified statement.
I don't read certified statements,
Okay.
sir. Why are you suing him? We have the guy who made the false police report. He acknowledged it to the police that he made a false report. Why Mr. Crowcroft?
Well, because he was in on it. I mean, so far, everything they've said is lies. As far as the people that lived there, there's 4 people that were living there.
Okay, right now, all I have here is what you allege is a false arrest.
False arrest.
Your humiliation about that, and you are absolutely right, and you are entitled to be compensated for that.
And if you look on that police report, it was 7 days later that I found out. Other than that, I had to live with the fear that I was going to be arrested. I was ordered out of my house.
Just a second, I get it all, and I think that that's horrible, and he's going to pay for that. I'm trying to get to Mr. Crowcroft, why he's a defendant.
They also filed a false restraining order.
Who did?
Mr. Crowcroft and William, both.
Just a second. Forget about Callahan. He's already guilty.
Donald Sullivan has accused his tenants, William Callahan and Aaron Crowcroft, of lying to the police by claiming Donald was armed with an assault rifle.
He lied to the police. He lied to the police about a very serious situation because if things had been different, it's in the middle of the night. If you had some police officer who was nervous and you came out of the house, it could have been tragic, reporting that you had a serious weapon in the house in the middle of the night. He's already guilty. Crowcroft, did you file for a protective order?
He did for me, yes. He had my
For what?
permission to do so, for a restraining order to keep him away from me.
Well, just a second. If you filed for a restraining order, on what date did you file for a restraining order?
William?
That was the 5th.
The 5th, November 5th, 2023.
The day before this incident.
The day before the incident?
Just a second. The day before the incident. And on what basis did you file a restraining order against him?
William, what was the
What? What was the basis? I'm asking you.
I don't know the details. He's the one who took care of the paperwork for me because I didn't understand it.
Who signed it? You?
Yeah, I did sign it.
Just a second. I'd like to see it.
I have it here, Your Honor.
By the way, when I'm looking at this, Mr. Sullivan, you both still living in the house, correct?
Correct.
Yes.
Okay. Is there a lease now, or is
There hasn't been a lease in 11 years. We only had one for the first year.
I got it. Okay. So you're a month-to-month tenant.
Yes.
When was the last time that rent was paid?
William?
That would be, oh geez, what are we in?
We're in January.
That was January 1st, 2024.
Of this year?
Yes, Your Honor.
So they're up to date in their rent?
Yes.
Now, I don't see what the basis was for your protective order.
For the protective order, we ordered it because in the previous year...
No. I want to know him, not you. Him.
Why was it filed? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, you need facts for a protective order.
Because Donald followed me around. He was harassing me. He would not leave me alone. He kept coming over, asking questions, and just being rude. I would be sitting in the garage. He'd come walking up, and he'd be demanding things out of me, and just... He knows I'm bipolar, and he knows that kind of interaction is very hard for me.
I think you should move, actually. I actually think that you should move.
I'd love to.
Well, you should. You're not paying any rent. You might as well not pay rent someplace else. Take them with you. If you have issues and they're exacerbated by the plaintiff, move. You've been there 12 years. You got somebody else to pay the rent. Move. Okay. Anyway, the maximum jurisdiction for this court. And I'm dismissing your case against Mr. Crowcroft. Do you understand?
Okay.
Nothing happened was a result of this protective order. What happened to you was a result of Mr. Callahan's false reporting to the police that you had a weapon, which could have resulted in a tragedy, which caused you to be removed from your home, as per directed by the police. You say that neighbors came out, I'm sure when the police arrived. There was more than one police car or just one?
5.
5 police cars. At what time in the night?
12:30.
In the morning?
Yes.
Yeah. Frightening. Frightening for anybody. More frightening for somebody in their 70s, and absolutely outrageous because you consciously lied to the police. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $10,000. We're finished here. Thank you.
This court is adjourned.
I'm not truly in agreement with him because the police did try to bring up charges against me, but they dropped those because they found the video was edited.
I was very happy with it.
There's a lot of information that was missed out on.
I hope it sets an example for people that make false police reports.
Mr. Sullivan's always been a very hostile person, and this is just a continuation of that.
The incident happened the day after they were served their eviction by the sheriff's department.
No, the eviction was thrown away, and his son actually took over the property and has begun remaking the repairs because his eviction was retaliatory against us for calling code enforcement because the house is just withering away and he just sits there with his hands folded and does nothing.
Well, I was ordered to come out of the house with my hands above my head.
At that time, I didn't see a firearm in his hand. What I had reported to the police was I was approached aggressively by Mr. Sullivan.
And they said it's a very serious matter. When I come out of the house, they ordered me to lift up my shirt and turn around and told me that they'd probably be coming back to arrest me.
I told them to be wary. He does own firearms, and they took that as me saying he had a firearm that night.
I was accused of pointing an AR-15 at a tenant that I'm trying to evict.
I never claimed anything about an AR-15 with the report. I just stated to the police on the phone that he had weapons.
My little sister was crying in the house because she thought my dad was going to jail. I was calling up my family, telling them that we might need to go somewhere because I thought my dad was going to jail.
Don't lie to the police, and definitely do something about your roommates being assaulted before it's too late.
I'm just happy to be alive, and I'm happy to have it over with.
Very surprising to me that after doing this investigation, which was clear from the police report that I read, and he confessed to lying to the police to get the police to the house, lying about somebody having an automatic weapon, that they didn't arrest him.
Yeah, I mean, I think he might have said they did arrest him, but then they didn't end up charging him.
Right.
But I'm surprised that they didn't follow through on charges. I mean, he's just lucky that on the way to the home, 5 police cars speeding, didn't hit anybody, hit another vehicle, get in an accident. Lucky nothing more serious happened to the plaintiff either as a result of the false reporting, because then it's not just an oopsie. Then you have a big problem on your hands because of a lie that you told police knowingly.
Yeah.
So
it is surprising to me that they didn't follow through.
Yeah, I thought
they dispatched 5 police cars. That alone should have made the police annoyed enough to at least follow through.
Exactly. I thought that was a more serious crime, reporting falsely to the police, than they seem to have treated it as.
Yeah.
Jessica Schleicher is suing her ex-boyfriend, Sam Branch, for unpaid rent and the costs of an eviction.
Court come to order. All rise.
Have a seat, please.
Hello, Judge.
Hello, Kevin.
Case 3106, Shackler versus Branch.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Schleicher.
Schleicher.
Okay. You and the defendant lived together for 25 years. Reason that you never married?
No.
Any reason?
Waiting for financial things to come together. And
that was quite a wait.
Yeah.
In any event, this 25-year relationship ended badly, and it is your claim that the defendant stayed in an apartment that you had lived in together. I believe your name was the only name on the lease, but you lived there as a couple together. For how many years?
I lived there since I was 6 years old. My parents were actually the ones on the lease, and when my father passed away in 2007, we moved back in. We were out in our own apartment, moved in, took over the rent.
Because the rent was more reasonable and the apartment probably
Definitely.
better.
Yeah.
Okay. And the breakup was an acrimonious one. And it is your claim that the defendant stayed in the apartment with one of your children?
Yes, my son.
And that he didn't pay rent in the apartment for several months. And because your name is on the lease, the landlord brought a case against you for the unpaid rent.
Correct.
That's primarily what you're suing for.
Primarily.
Because the other part, he's not responsible for. The part where you had to go find, and you went and found a more expensive apartment, well, one of you was going to find a more expensive apartment. Is this a rent-controlled or stabilized?
Yeah, the place that I was in, I was still grandfathered in at 2000.
Yeah, so it was a rent-stabilized, grandfathered in. You were there together, not you.
No.
The two of you for 25 years.
No, I was there with my family. He moved in with his son in 2007, but I was there with my brother and my parents since I was
just
little.
a second. I thought you were together for 25 years.
We were, but I was in that condo for 39 years, since I was 6.
How long did the two of you live together?
Since 2007 for 16 years.
But you were in a relationship before that, so you lived together in that apartment for 16 years.
Yes.
Okay. Tell me the day that you moved out of the apartment when you had this argument.
May 30th was the first day that I left, and I stayed at my mom's house and in my car, and then went ahead and moved out and got my own place July 1st. So July 1st is when I removed all my belongings.
Had you stayed there at all in the month of June?
No.
Is that correct?
I think there might have been a week in June.
Well, if you think that she says no,
no,
she says no, and what you may be,
right.
She wasn't there. Your son was there?
Yes, he was.
All of June, you were there?
Yes, I was.
So you were there June. What about July? Were you there in July?
Yes, I was.
What about August?
Yes, I was.
What about September?
Yes, I was.
October?
Yes, I was.
When did you move out?
I moved out in December.
December what?
I believe it was around the 15th.
So you were there the month of December, because you don't do half months. You were there the month of December. When was the last month that you paid rent?
I was paid up until September 1st, so it was August.
So you have 1, 2, 3, 4 months rent that you didn't pay.
Right.
Why?
Well, when Jessica moved out, the property management came to me with 3 weeks to go in the month, saying that they were going to raise the rent $750.
Because you're no longer grandfathered in under her parents or grandparents or whoever lived there. So they were going to raise your rent $750.
Yes.
And they were going to raise it starting what date?
September 1st.
So you said, I'm not paying the increase.
No, that's not correct.
So you just didn't pay anything?
No.
Well, that's what I said. When was the last time you paid rent? You said September 1st. So I'm just curious. If he was going to raise your rent by $750, was going to make it $2,750, and you said, I'm not going to pay the increase.
No, I agreed to pay the increase. We filled out a new application.
Okay, great. So when did you start paying the increase?
We didn't pay the increase.
Okay, so you didn't pay rent, and I'm asking you why.
I had a heart attack.
You had a heart attack on what date?
August 20th.
When did you sign the new lease?
We didn't sign the new lease. We filled out an application. Yeah.
Okay. After your heart attack, on what date did you go back to work?
It was...
Careful, because it's very easy to verify.
3 weeks after.
So you went back to work sometime in September?
Yes.
And you didn't pay October, November, and December?
No.
Why?
Here's what the reason I did it. We filled out an application for a new lease. We agreed to pay the new rent. After this, he comes to me and says, now we need another $3,000 for a security deposit. In all this time, I have 3 weeks to come up with all this extra money on top of the regular rent. I couldn't afford it.
Okay. And then they evicted you, I assume.
They didn't evict me.
You just left.
My name isn't on the eviction.
Shh. Are you still in the apartment?
No.
So you left?
Yes.
In December, on December 15th. That's what you told me a moment ago.
Yes.
But you didn't pay any rent. October, November, and December. Any.
Yes.
Well, there's no excuse for that. You're living in an apartment, you're not paying rent. It's not reasonable for her to pay rent in her apartment, where she's now living, and your apartment. You find that reasonable?
No, I didn't think it was reasonable the way they... I wasn't given reasonable time to come up with the money.
Neither was she. You had a fight.
She chose to leave.
She chose to leave because it wasn't working anymore.
Right.
So you have two choices. Either you leave or she leaves. Without getting into all the bad stuff of what happened, which I don't think is absolutely necessary, this is just a question of morality and justice. So you each had your own obligations. She had to move and find a new place to live that was going to be more expensive than where you are. I assume she paid rent. You chose not to pay rent. How is that fair? How is that balanced, sir?
She didn't pay no rent.
No. She's going to show me proof that she was on the lease during that period of time. The landlord is going after her for the rent money. She's going to show that to me.
Jessica Schleicher is suing her ex-boyfriend, Sam Branch, for unpaid rent and the costs of an eviction.
Now, I'm going to ask you the question again. Does that sound fair and reasonable to you?
No, it didn't sound fair and reasonable that I wasn't given a suitable amount of time to come up with $5,000.
That's between you and the landlord. What does that have to do with her?
It don't have nothing to do with her.
But she,
I'm not
okay,
on the lease.
Can I see the notice that you got from the landlord?
Yes, there's the eviction against me with all the documents you need.
This is not a signed judgment.
That's not the judgment?
It's not signed.
I think that's the copy the lawyer gave me. So yeah, I might not have the signed copy with me.
Well, you're supposed to bring a signed copy with you. Okay. There's no question the rent was due. There's no question that the eviction proceedings were for money, so that whatever monies are transferred will be transferred to the owner of the condo, because that's to whom it is owed, correct?
The property management company, yes, ma'am.
Okay. The second part of your lawsuit is that damages resulting from eviction and abuse. What is that about?
It was the difference of the rent from the condo to the new place because I was forced out.
Okay.
With police and everything else, I was out a lot of money.
That's not his problem. Somebody was going to be forced out of this apartment, either you or him.
But I'm the one that had to call the cops, and I have police reports, and he's the one that was abusive. I had no other choice but to leave my family's home.
Well, it was your family home. You lived like a family for 16 years. You weren't hospitalized as a result of this incident, correct?
No, ma'am.
You didn't see a doctor as a result of this incident, correct?
No.
You don't have any photographs to show me as a result of any injuries, correct?
No physical injuries, ma'am.
What you are complaining of is that he would talk to you incessantly, wouldn't let you sleep, right? I read it.
There was a lot more than that, ma'am.
There was no physicalness between the two of you that I read here.
There was yelling, spitting, throwing things, and picking up the bed that I was sitting on and slamming it down, and just anything but putting physical hands on me to avoid the police.
Well, he's not paying for your new apartment, and you're not going to pay for his new apartment. Anyway, the resolution of this case is easy: $6,063, and the check will be made payable to property management. Okay, thank you very much. We're done.
Thank you.
This court is adjourned.
I don't call it living for free, you know. If you're gonna treat me like I'm a tenant, then you gotta treat me like a tenant. You gotta give me a 30-day notice.
I do feel Sam owed me some money for everything that I had to spend leaving the place.
You gotta give me all the stuff that comes along with being a tenant, instead of just skipping away.
I wouldn't have had to leave if it wasn't for his abuse, so.
Better to part ways.
Time to take care of me.
You were right when you said you lived together for 16 years. She kept referencing it as her family home, which I understand the history, and she lived there since she was a child. But when you live there with your partner for 16 years, that becomes your shared family home. Like you said, someone was going to have to leave, and someone was going to have to pay more rent. So, you know, at the end of the day, someone was going to have to leave.
Right. And the landlord, the person who is supposed to get the money, will get the money because they're the people who are out the rent.
Yeah.
And he had an obligation to pay rent. He just knew he wasn't responsible for it legally, and they couldn't go after him for it, so he just didn't pay it. No, can't do that. It's not right.
Case number 3107, Murphy versus Beard. All parties, please come forward.
Jennifer Murphy is suing her car renter, Lindsay Beard, for missed payments and damage to her vehicle.
Miss Murphy, several years ago, you were planning to go out of the country. When were you planning to go out of the country?
December 2018.
And you had a car at the time, a car that you were making payments on?
Yes.
That had a loan on it?
Yes.
And what were the loan payments every month?
There were $375 and 68 cents.
And what year car was it?
It's a 2013.
So it's 11 years old now. And in 2018, you made an arrangement with the defendant, who you knew how?
My sister's client.
She needed a car. You were introduced. You made an arrangement with her in 2018 to rent your car that you both acknowledge for $375.68 a month?
$374.68, and it was in 2020.
It was in 2020?
Yeah, the date was January 5th, 2020.
Is that the date you made the arrangement?
Yes.
And is there a contract for the lease of this car?
Here.
I'd like to take a look at it, please.
Here you go. Oh, sorry.
Okay, so let's read the terms of this agreement. First one is payment of $374.68 via Zelle. Now, with regard to that provision of the lease agreement, you returned the car on what date?
I picked it up on October 24th.
2023. So she had the car 2.5 years.
More like 3.5 years.
And in those 3.5 years, you were out of the country.
Yes.
Part of your claim here is that she failed to make several payments. She says she has all the payments. Have you gone over the payments with each other so that you can check your accounts?
No, I mean, I have my printed Zelle from my bank, and she has a spreadsheet that she was filling out each month that she received a payment.
You have that?
I do, yes.
Yes. And you acknowledge that?
That I had sent her the spreadsheet each month. I also have the emails of the Zelle payments, and I am missing the 8 payments from her, so I'm curious. She never explained that.
I'm not curious. You're going to go outside with my clerk, and you're going to go through these. You don't expect me to go through 3.5 years of car payments, do you? Now, if you don't want to waste my time, we can acknowledge that they were either paid or we can move on to the next action. What's your pleasure?
I don't believe they were paid.
Okay. Sarah, go deal with them. Math is not my strong suit, and this kind of nonsense is not worth my time. Go figure out if there were any missed payments that they can prove, will you please?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Jennifer Murphy claims defendant Lindsay Beard rented her car for years and damaged the vehicle.
Sarah?
Okay, so there was a total of 11 missed payments that the defendant had no proof that she had paid. However, there were months that the plaintiff admitted where she paid more or double to make up for missing months, which she credited in the spreadsheet that I looked at. So there were a total of 8 missed payments, not including those makeup payments that she had made.
Did you total that?
I did, totaling to $2,997.44.
Thank you. Okay, and I'm reading the lease, so that was the first thing. So on that, you owe $29.97. Lessee will not drive more than 2,000 miles per month. There's no problem indicated in your petition about that, so that she's complied with the terms of this lease. Will keep up with all regular maintenance of the vehicle. You have any proof that she didn't do that?
Well, beside my car, when I got it back, it was not in very good condition.
You left it 3.5 years. The car's 11 years old. She had to have changed the oil periodically if she had it 3.5 years. The fact that your car is now older and it was driven by somebody else 3.5 years, there's a certain amount of wear and tear on a car and things break down. Unless you have a mechanic who's going to tell me that you did something to the car, which are you a mechanic?
No.
No.
I also have all the records of me going and doing
Not
that.
necessary. So. It's her burden of proof.
Absolutely.
It's good that you have the paperwork as a defense that you took care of the car. Will carry full insurance coverage. Did you do that? There's no allegation that you did not. Will not allow other persons to drive the car. There's not an allegation in here that she did and let other people use the car. Violation of this cause for immediate termination, and that's it. So far, I have $2,997. Now, she returned the car because she came back to the country. Okay, on what date did she return the car?
I picked it up on October 24th, 2023.
And where did you go with the car?
Immediately, I went back to my
house. To your residence?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Did you take the car out again on October 24th?
No.
When was the next time you took it someplace?
On October 26th, I took it to the dealership.
Why?
To have it inspected.
Just a second.
Okay.
My question is, why did you take it to the dealership? Because if you drove it home and there was something wrong with it, you would have taken it immediately to the dealership if you found something wrong with it. You didn't take it to the dealership the 24th. You didn't take it to the dealership on the 25th. Why did you take it on the 26th? Just to check it out?
No, I did notice things immediately wrong with it.
What?
For one, the AC wasn't working, the car wasn't locking.
What does that mean, car wasn't locking?
When I used the fob, it wouldn't lock, it was doing nothing.
It was doing nothing, but you were driving with it. It was just that electrical thing that wouldn't open and close. Did you put a new battery in the fob?
No.
No. That's the first thing I do. When it doesn't open, it doesn't close, these things go, you take it in, costs $5, you put in a new battery and you close it and then it locks. It's not as if the car didn't work. Okay, what else?
The door sensors weren't working as well.
I don't know what that means, the door sensors.
It looks like my car door is always open on the electrical component. So there's just a lot of weird electrical things going on with it.
You have any proof to demonstrate to me that she caused any of this problem?
So I found out she had a DUI while she was using my car, and she lied to my sister about it, telling her that I knew about it, that she had told me about it, but I had no idea.
But she didn't keep it a secret. She told your sister.
She did tell my sister.
And that's how you met her?
Yes.
So if she told your sister, she wasn't keeping it a secret from you?
Well, she didn't tell me either.
I don't care, but she wasn't keeping it a secret. She told the person who actually brought the deal together.
Well, she lied to my sister also.
Just a second.
Okay.
I'm asking you a question. Proof that this electrical wonking was her fault.
Well, I had seen in the court documents on her DUI that she was ordered to install an IID, an ignition interlock device, which she did on my vehicle, had it installed and uninstalled. And in that, you have to cut the wiring to...
I don't know if you have to... What kind of work do you do?
I'm a yoga instructor.
Well, unless you're a car mechanic, you're not going to testify as to what they have to do when they install a piece of equipment. By the way, just tell me what month and year you had a DUI.
It was February or March of 2020.
But you had the car for 3 years after that.
I did, yes.
Listen to me. Yeah. 3 years after that. And she is correct that you had to have a machine installed.
I had to have the interlock, yes.
Okay. That if you breathe into something, if your breath smelled from alcohol, the engine wouldn't start.
Yes, it's connected to the battery.
Okay. And you did have that installed. How long was that in the car?
Almost the entire time I had the car.
After
getting arrested. So about a month later after me getting the car, I had to have the installation put in.
Okay. And when did you have it taken out?
Actually, 3 or 4 days before she picked the car up.
Okay. And who took it out for you?
The same company that put it in.
Okay, fine. I'm just telling you that, Miss Murphy, because if you think that you can prove a case of negligence against a company, it's not her. She neither put it in or took it out. Got it? She owes you $2,997. And she owes you that for the missed payments that she can't prove she made, that you say on your spreadsheet she missed, and that Sarah confirmed. Anything else? No. Good. Thank you very much. We're finished here.
This court is adjourned.
Currently, my car's dead. It's not operating because of the electrical damage.
There was no damage to the car.
I do think it's the wiring, and I know it hooks up to the starter because we've been researching it. She's saying the battery, but it's the starter. And it did render it inoperable.
I mean, I watched the guy do it. They go in through the panel, they connect it to the battery, and it's done in 30 minutes.
My car is my car. No one's going to be borrowing it.
I'm just glad it's done.
Really trying to keep me on my toes there. I know math is not your strong suit, but you also passed that gene down to me, so I find it interesting that you just farm out all the math skills over here.
Well, first of all, you're the clerk. I'm the judge.
Yeah, I don't mind doing it. I'll do it all day long, all day long.
And you figured it out.
I did. No,
it was probably taken me a lot longer.
Oh, man. Yeah, no, it was good. I mean, you don't have it here, you don't have it. It doesn't exist, so made it easy.
Okay, so you're crossing the street. He honked the horn at you. You flipped him off.
He gets out, and he starts to get loud.
That's when he pulled out about an 8-inch combat knife.
Dumb and Dumber.
Next day is when we really had an altercation.
Oh, so this is just an appetizer.
This is Judy Justice. Lucille Chacon is suing her neighbor, Seth Kaufman, for damage after Seth attacked her car.
Court come to order. All rise.
Have a seat, please.
Case 3105, Chacon versus Kaufman.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Ms. Chacon, you are here today because you believe that the defendant is responsible for damage that was done to your car.
Yes.
Your car that was being driven by your grandson.
Yes.
This is the grandson.
Yes.
They had some altercation, and one or both of them may have gotten a little bit injured during the course of the altercation. But what took the most of a beating was your automobile.
Yes.
Were you present during that incident?
Not while the incident was happening, but I did come out later on.
Well, I'm not interested in what happened later on, because the defendant's position is that it was your grandson that precipitated this whole problem, and he was merely reacting to what your grandson had done. So since you were not a witness to any of this, I'm going to have you change places with your grandson.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Tell me your name.
My name is James Abeda.
James.
Yes.
How old are you, James?
I'm 19 years old.
What do you do?
I'm a plumber.
Your first name?
Seth.
How old are you?
I'm 22 years old.
What do you do?
I'm a cook.
Where?
At a senior living in Oceanside.
Both working. Hallelujah moment. A 19 and a 22-year-old who were actually employed. Congratulations.
Thank you.
How do you know him?
I didn't know him until this altercation happened, and then I found out he was my neighbor.
Okay. This incident happened on...
I think it was September 15th.
So you live next door to each other?
I believe he lives in the apartment next to mine, yes.
How long have you lived in your apartment?
About 6 years, but I haven't always stayed with my grandmother, and that's where she stays, and I stay with her currently.
Could you speak a little slower and try to keep the hair out of your eyes when you're talking to me?
Yes.
Thank you. On September 15th, where were you living?
With my grandmother in Torrance.
And is that where you live as well?
Yes, it is.
Prior to September 15th, you didn't know each other?
I didn't.
Not at all.
Okay. So why don't you start out by telling me what happened on September 15th, starting out with the time?
My first time interacting with him, I was crossing the street to go to work with channel locks, boots, and other
With what?
With like channel locks, pliers for work. I had those in my hand along with boots and other things that I needed. And as I was almost gonna finish crossing the street, he started to honk, and I flipped him off because...
Okay, so he was driving?
Yes.
So you were crossing the street?
Yes.
He was driving. Were you walking slowly? Just a second, Seth. So he was walking slowly?
Very, very slowly.
How very, very
Like
slowly? Just
the...
listen to me. Listen, what I want you to do is, who is this?
Oh, that's my girlfriend.
This is your girlfriend. I want you to stand between your girlfriend and the desk. Right here. Right there. Now I want you to walk in front of your bench and show me how fast he was walking.
Probably about this, like...
No, that's
like
not
a
true.
snail's pace.
Yeah, that's not true. Now go back, and I want you to rethink this again, Seth. I want you to rethink it. Do you understand?
Yes.
You know how old I am? Nobody crosses the street like that, sir, unless they're looking to irritate you. And you hadn't even had any contact with him before that, so he wasn't walking backwards. Now show me how he was walking.
Probably about...
That's okay. That's better. Now go back. Okay. Did he have the right of way? Is not an answer.
He did not.
All pedestrians have the right of way, sir.
It wasn't on a crossing guard.
So he was crossing in the middle of the street?
Yes, between the median.
Explain that to me.
There's a median between the street on Artesia, and it was like walking off of there. No like crosswalk or anything.
What time was this?
It was in the morning, I think about 10 a.m.
Okay, so you're crossing the street. Wasn't fast enough for him. He honked the horn at you. You flipped him off.
Yes.
Okay, let's go from there.
And then when I flipped him off, he got very mad, and he...
Just tell me what he did. Don't tell me he got mad. That is his state of mind. Just tell me what he did. Okay. You flipped him off. Did you say anything?
No, I didn't at that point. He was in his car with the windows up.
Okay, was he alone?
He was with his girlfriend at the time.
That would be you.
Yes.
Do me a favor, please. Kevin,
yes.
Take her outside.
This way.
Okay, so he's with his girlfriend. You flipped him off now.
So he parks his car in the middle of the street.
He stops in the middle of the street?
Yes, and he gets out, and he starts to get loud. He's like, you need to learn some respect, and...
Is that what he said to you? You have to learn some respect?
Yes, he said, like, something along the lines of, I'm going to teach you some respect, or you need to learn some respect, because I had flipped him off, and...
Just a minute. So far, Seth, listen to me. You're driving your car with your girlfriend. He's walking very slowly. You honk your horn at him. He turns around. He flips you off. You stop the car. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Not yeah. Not yeah. That's a yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am is even better.
Lucille Chacon claims her neighbor, Seth Kaufman, damaged her car during a fight with her grandson, James.
Okay, you stopped the car. Did you get out of the car?
Yes, because I was...
Just a second. You stopped the car. And when you stopped the car in the middle of the street.
I pulled off to the side.
Was it in a parking lane?
Yes.
Listen, Was it in a parking lane that you pulled over?
Yes.
Okay, so you pulled over into a parking lane and got out of your car.
Yes, and put on my emergency lights as well.
Well, what was the emergency? Think about that for a second. I want you to tell me what the emergency was. Is not an answer.
It's not an answer, you're right, ma'am. He was yelling obscenities at me, so I yelled some obscenities back.
No. He wasn't yelling obscenities to you, sir. He flipped you off.
He left out the part where he also yelled obscenities at me.
You mean after you honked the horn at him?
Yes.
What did he say?
Along the...
Not along the line. I want you to think about what he said. You know, I got a crystal ball here. I want you to think about what he said, and you can tell me. Nothing makes me blush.
He basically just said...
Not basic. Listen, basically is a filler word. What did he say?
Am I allowed to cuss, ma'am, here? Because it was curse words.
Are you allowed to say it? I said to you, I've heard everything.
He basically said I was a... Sorry,
basically,
ma'am.
Not basically. What did he say?
He said I was a... He said I was a bitch. He said I was a lot of things.
Now, just a second. Now, he said all these things to you while he was crossing the street and flipping you off.
Yes.
No, I'm not sure I buy that. My friend Seth, I think they may have said those things to you after you stopped and you started to argue with him. But all that didn't happen. You're driving in the driving lane. You honk your horn because you're a little impatient, which is sort of stupid, but you're only 22. And he flips you off. You pull off to the side. This all happened very fast.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yes.
Common sense. That's what the world is all about. You pull off and then you get out, and then you start back and forth with him.
No, Judge. Because he actually did start yelling obscenities when I had my windows down. He mentioned the fact that my windows were up. They were not. They were down because it was a hot day. So I could hear him yelling the obscenities because it was when he started flipping me off. It was...
Yeah, so why don't you just keep going? What difference does it make to you? If he calls you a couple of names, you're in the car with your girlfriend, what difference does it make? You keep moving.
Ego, I guess, ma'am.
Well, you can call it ego, you can call it the stupid gene, you can call it whatever you want, but you don't pull over in your car because somebody calls you a name after you act like a jerk and honk your horn at them as they're crossing the street and get out of your car. Okay, so now you're an idiot. Now let's move forward. So now you're yelling at each other. Next.
After that, he said we could fight.
No, look here.
Sorry, he said we could fight, so...
He said to you you could fight?
Yeah, we both...
No, not we both. I want to know what he said to you. He's crossing the street. He's got things in his hands. According to you, he says to you, do you want to fight?
Yes. Yes,
and?
And I agreed.
And you said, sure, I want to fight.
Yeah. It's mutual combat.
Dumb and dumber. Go ahead. So he said, do you want to fight? You said, sure. This is all because you honked your horn because somebody wasn't walking fast enough in front of your car. You know how stupid that sounds?
Pretty stupid.
Yeah.
I'm aware it sounds stupid now coming out of my mouth.
Yeah.
Again, yeah.
Yeah. You know, what you got to say is, I'm a work in progress.
Yeah, I am.
Okay, keep going.
After he agreed to that...
He agreed to fight with you?
Yeah, he agreed. After that, when it was just me and him, my girlfriend was trying to tell me, like, just stop. We can both, like, just leave, which I should have listened to her. I understand that. Yes.
Was she still in the car?
No, she had come out with me to, like, try to dissolve the situation.
Okay, so, you know, she's out someplace now where she can't hear what's going on here, which is why I had her escorted from the courtroom. So she's going to tell me that when you pulled over, she said, do not get out of the car.
Yeah.
Don't get out of the car.
Yes.
That sounds like something I would say to my husband when somebody cuts him off and he pulls off and he goes running out of the car. I say, you're 90 years old. Who are you going to fight with? Go ahead. You know, but sometimes you don't get smarter. Sometimes the work in progress just gets stunted. Keep going.
After that, when we both agreed to
fight, and your girlfriend is telling you...
Trying to stop me from doing everything. That's when he pulled out about an 8-inch combat knife that was completely camouflaged. Wish I had a picture of it. But it was about that big enough to hurt me, basically. Like,
I don't care what size a knife is. A knife is a knife is a knife. It could be an inch long.
I agree.
A knife.
But yeah, it was a pretty big knife. And then after that, when we were just yelling at each other, I didn't leave after he pulled out the knife because I was kind of like, I can't believe you pulled out a knife on me. I was just shocked by it. A neighbor came over and started trying to break us up as well. And so did my father. My father came over because he just so happened to be outside and
tried to stop us too. So that day it got dissolved, like the whole situation.
And?
The next day is when we really had an altercation.
Oh, so this is just an appetizer.
Yes.
Of what happened the next day, which
Yes.
was September 16th.
Yes.
So now your father is there, your girlfriend is there, you're separated.
Yes.
Then you saw each other again the next day.
Correct.
Take it from there. Now you saw each other the next day. What happened the next day? So far we don't have anything except, did you take out a knife on the 15th? That's an answer, yes or no?
No.
You did not?
No.
You did not have a knife with you?
Yes, I did.
You did. Where was it?
In my waistband.
So it was there?
Yes.
Okay. And visible?
Yes.
Okay. And what kind of a knife was it?
A camouflage knife with a...
How big?
About this big.
Okay. And who else was out there? He was there with his girlfriend, and his father came to sort of break things up, and it was broken up, and you got back into your car and drove off.
Yes.
So far, correct?
Yes.
Let's go to the next day.
So the next day, I was sitting in my car in front of the apartment that I live at.
You mean your grandmother's car?
Yes. And I noticed that he was like on the median that he was talking about on Artesia. He was already crossed on that side, and he was with his girlfriend. And he had noticed that I was sitting in my car, and he had already had his knife out, and he came up to me, and he tried stabbing me. He stuck his knife in the car, already yelling before I could even acknowledge his existence. He came up to me yelling, upset, and he.
What was he yelling?
He was like, "What's up?" He was like, "What's up? What happened yesterday? Like, what about yesterday? You called me. What about now?" Because he had a knife now, and I guess the day before he felt like he didn't. So he came up to me with a knife and immediately stuck it in the window, tried poking me, and as I tried to get out, he kicked the door about 5 times while I was trying to get out, crushing me and also shutting the door as I'm trying to get out. And by the time I got out...
What were you trying to get out for?
To not get stabbed, because I couldn't pull off because he was on the left side of my car, and that's the side I needed to go onto the road, so I couldn't drive off.
Unless you ran him over.
Yeah, and I didn't want to kill him.
He had a knife. He was stabbing you.
Yeah.
You could have killed him.
Lucille Chacon and her grandson, James, are accusing their neighbor, Seth Kaufman, of damaging her car during a fight with James.
Okay, keep going.
So at that point, I got out and I followed him.
Okay, just a second. So then you were able to get out of your car because he walked away.
He didn't walk away.
Well, then, because you say you were following him, which means that you were behind him, which means he was walking away.
No, he was facing me and I was facing him, and I was kind of like walking him back around my car, because I was trying to go to my gate and get inside instead of driving off.
Well, why didn't you drive off? Now he's away from the car. Why didn't you just drive off?
I just didn't want to get stabbed. I wasn't sure what to do. It all happened very fast.
So you didn't want to get stabbed, so you got out of your car?
Yeah, and I was trying to go inside.
Is that pretty stupid, right?
Yeah, well, I was trying to avoid hitting him with the car.
Nah. Go.
He was parked in the fire lane, and there was no cars in front of him. He could have pulled off if he...
No, not coulda, woulda, shoulda. Just tell me what happened.
I was walking across the street. Me and my girlfriend were actually having a little bit of a spat.
My girlfriend and I.
Oh, my girlfriend and I, you're right. We're having a little bit of a spat. She was leaving. I was going across the street to go, talk to her, settle things down.
So you were having a fight with your girlfriend?
Yeah, little verbal altercation.
What were you having a fight about?
I don't even remember. Something small and stupid, probably. And then while I was walking across the street, I heard James from his car, who put down his window, start yelling at me. Again, more obscenities. You're a bitch, you're this, you're that. So I thought he wanted to start stuff again, and it seemed like he did. So I walked up, I started talking to him. Like, do you want to fight? Again, the exact same thing I said the day before, and the exact same thing happened. He pulled out a knife that he had in his waistband, and yeah, we just kept yelling at each other back and forth. My girlfriend, again, tried to get in between us and stop everything that was going on.
Okay, so what you're saying to me, that he instigated what happened on the 16th of September by shouting at you when you were crossing the street to talk to your girlfriend.
Exactly.
And then you came back to the car to confront him as to why he's calling you names again.
Exactly.
And then from inside his car, he took out a knife?
The exact same knife, yes.
The exact same knife?
Yes.
And what did you have?
Nothing.
Now, you knew he had a knife from the day before.
Yes, I did.
So why would you go over to his car unless you yourself had some sort of something to protect yourself with?
I didn't really care about protecting myself. I was just more angry than anything. And that does sound stupid, but it's the truth. I was just really upset with the fact that we could have had mutual combat the day before, which we both are adults, we agreed to. could have done that, but he wanted to pull out a weapon when there was...
This all started because he wasn't walking fast enough across the street.
Yes, this all started because he wasn't walking fast enough across the street, yes.
Mm-hmm. How did Mrs. Chacon's car get damaged?
When I was trying to defend myself from him, like I said, he had a pretty big knife. He says that he was following me.
No. I asked you a question. He did not damage his own car.
He did not.
You damaged his car. How did you damage his car, and with what? What?
I guess my body when I was trying to defend myself.
Well,
I didn't even realize it happened until it happened.
Yeah, but I'm going to see pictures of it, I assume. Do you have photographs? I assume I'm going to see pictures of the damage to the car.
I do not have photos of the car.
No, they do.
Oh, yeah.
So as far as you're concerned, you don't know exactly how their car got damaged?
No, not exactly.
Did you break a window?
That's what they told me I did.
No. You were there.
I was there. I don't remember doing that, though. I don't.
Did you break a windshield?
I believe it was the back, not window, but the little tiny part that's connected to your back window in the back of your car? One of those tiny ones. Not the window, but the little glass part over.
A little glass part. That's usually called a window.
Yeah.
What about holes in the car?
Holes?
Holes. Would there be any pictures of holes in the car?
I don't think so.
No. Okay. And would there be any marks where there was any kicking to the car?
There shouldn't have been. No, ma'am.
You don't remember kicking the car?
No, I don't.
Do you remember what kind of car it was?
BMW.
Okay. Now, let's go back. Now he's with the girlfriend. Pick it up.
So he's...
September 16th. You're in your car, sitting in the fire lane. Did you hear what he just told me?
Yes.
Is that accurate?
No, it's not. He damaged my car when I had gotten out of it. We went to the back, and that's where I had to go to my gate and
Go to your what?
To my gate inside of my apartment. And his girlfriend was screaming to just stop everything because the day before it was something traumatic, I'm sure, for her as well already. And it was the same, like calling each other that, and so we were just standing there across from each other on the sidewalk, and then he backed, because he's close to my car, so he kind of backhands it, and he does that to the trunk, and his hand goes through the glass, so it cuts him, and the back of the car has a hole in it.
Can I see the photographs of the damage? Yes. Oh, well, that would be what we call like a 2-year-old. That would be called a window. What I want you to do is, I see the broken window. What I want you to do, James, is Kevin is going to give you a pen, something that will show up on this, and I want you to make a circle as to where you allege there's damage to your car, your grandmother's car, other than the window.
I believe there was one more picture in the stack that showed the door that he kicked.
Well, I'd like to see it. Okay. What's the damage here?
Like a scratch, like a line across.
And what was that made with?
I think with a knife.
Okay, good. Now, Kevin, would you go and bring in Mr. Kaufman's girlfriend? What is her name?
Kyla.
He attempted to slash her with a knife.
Correct.
No.
You were taken into police custody.
They tried to charge me with assault with a deadly weapon.
Was this the first time you ever spent time in jail? Of course not. It's clear to me that your grandson has some growing up to do.
This is Judy Justice. Previously on Judy Justice.
Ms. Chacon, you are here today because you believe that the defendant is responsible for damage that was done to your car that was being driven by your grandson.
Yes.
My first time interacting with him, as I was almost going to finish crossing the street, he started to honk, and I flipped him off.
And?
The next day is when we really had an altercation.
I was sitting in my car. He came up to me with a knife and immediately stuck it in the window, tried poking me. He kicked the door about 5 times while I was trying to get out.
How did Mrs. Chacon's car get damaged? So as far as you're concerned, you don't know exactly how their car got damaged?
No.
Now, Kevin, would you go and bring in Mr. Kaufman's girlfriend? What is her name?
Kyla.
And now, the conclusion. Lucille Chacon is suing her neighbor, Seth Kaufman, for car damages resulting from a fight with her grandson.
Now you can sit down. I want to talk to Kyla. You can sit down. Kyla, what's your last name?
Steed, S-T-E-E-D.
How long have you and Seth been a couple?
Going on 2 years now.
He has bad temper.
Sometimes.
Sometimes. We're going to go back because you were driving in the car with him.
Yes.
Plaintiff's grandson was crossing the street. Where were you going?
I don't really remember.
Think.
Probably to the store, or like to get something to eat.
It's 10 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
You live together?
No. Well, yes.
Just a second. That's either a yes?
Yes.
Or a no, or a sometimes. It's never a maybe.
It's a yes.
Where do you live together?
I live in his car.
You live in his car?
Yes.
And where does he live?
He lives with his mom.
How long have you been living in his car?
A good minute. I'm not sure.
A month, a week, 6 months?
I don't know. Can't think of the time.
Do you ever go to his mom's house?
Sometimes.
You ever stay over at his mom's house?
Sometimes.
Okay. So I want you to tell me what happened on September 15th when the plaintiff crossed the street.
I don't really remember. Yeah, I can't really remember.
Where do you come from? Where do you live now? In what county, city?
Oceanside.
California?
Yes.
How old are you?
22.
So I'm going to try to refresh your recollection so that we can start.
Okay.
Because not remembering doesn't work for me.
Okay.
This young man was crossing the street. You're driving with your boyfriend in his car where you sometimes live. You're a passenger, he's a driver. Okay. He's crossing the street. Your boyfriend honks the horn. He flips him off.
Okay.
Your boyfriend pulls over into a parking lane, puts on his hazards, according to him. What do you say to your boyfriend?
I think I just follow him and...
Followed him where?
To go get back in the car, basically.
That's what you told him. So far, so good. Get back into the car, let it go. When he pulled the car over, did you tell him to let it go and just go?
I think so.
Think.
I just remember... I don't remember.
Okay. You've been with him 2 years, correct?
Yes.
And the place where he lives, his father also lives. Is that right?
Yes.
What's his father like?
He's a pretty nice guy.
Did you ever see Seth with a knife?
No.
Does he have one?
Not that I know of.
Does he have any weapon?
Not that
you ever saw?
No.
What about his father?
His father have a weapon?
Mm-hmm. Ever see?
Not that I know of.
Now I want you to go back to back in your memory, to the next day. This is the day after this incident happened in the street. And ultimately, his father was there. Between you and his father, you got him to separate, and you all went on your merry way.
Yes.
On the 15th. Now I want you to think back to the 16th, which is the day after.
Okay.
You and your boyfriend were outside, and you were having an argument.
Yes.
And you walked away from him, and you went to the median in the street.
Yes.
Okay. What was the argument about?
I did something to upset him.
What did you do?
I was talking to another guy.
That he saw, or that was on a text?
It was on a text.
Okay. And so he was upset?
Yes.
Where had you been right before you got outside?
If I'm not mistaken, I think that's when we were at his dad's house, inside his dad's house.
So you were at Dad's house?
And if not, it was either in his dad's house or outside in the car.
Okay. Was he yelling at you? What was he saying to you? I mean, I could understand him being pretty upset. I mean, after all, he lets you live in his car.
Remember.
Right? And now he sees you talking on phone. What he said is he sees you talking on the phone to texting, probably, another guy.
Yes.
And he's angry.
Yes.
And he has a little bit of a temper that you've seen occasionally. I would say that that's probably true, right? You saw it the day before. So you started to walk away.
Yes.
And did he follow you?
Yes, he did.
Followed you.
Yes.
And what was he saying as he followed you?
I don't remember. I think he was trying to get me to leave.
What do you mean, you were already leaving?
Yeah. Or I really don't remember. I'm pretty sure he was trying to get me to, like, not be around him anymore.
So what was he saying to you? And was he saying it in a loud way or in a quiet way?
Like medium, like not so loud, but like still loud.
So he's following you into the median, and then you're there. So you actually saw everything that happened. Where was the plaintiff's car?
I think it was across the street.
Yes. And so you saw his plaintiff's car. Now he's coming out after you, and he is angry.
Yes.
Go ahead. I want you to tell me next about what happened in the confrontation between Seth and James and the car.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yes.
Don't say I don't remember.
Okay.
Let's go.
I really can't remember.
Would you have remembered better if he was sitting in the courtroom and you heard him testify? Would
Yes.
you have remembered better?
Yes.
That's why you weren't here.
Lucille Chacon claims her neighbor, Seth Kaufman, owes for car damages after fighting with her grandson, James.
Now tell me what happened.
I don't remember. I remember...
You do understand, Seth. You do understand, Seth, that because she can't remember, you're going to pay for the damage to the car. You do understand that.
I do not understand.
Oh, well, I'm telling you, if she is so intimidated by you that she can't tell me...
Oh, you think it's
that
him?
that she can't tell me what happened on September 16th. That she can't tell me what happened on September 16th. And she's your witness, you're going to pay for the damage to the car. Do you understand? I want you to be clear about that. Kyla, if you can't remember, he's going to pay for the damage to the car.
Okay.
You understand?
I understand.
Now, do you have any memory of what happened on September 16th other than the fact that he was angry that you were texting with another guy?
I remember crossing the street, and then next thing I know is I hear yelling. So I turn around, and they're going at each other.
What does that mean? Tell me.
They're yelling at each other.
Just yelling?
Just yelling.
Okay, and so now you have to watch them. They're yelling at each other.
I get in between them.
Because they're yelling at each other. You walked over to where they were.
Yes.
And physically put your body in between them.
Yes.
Okay. Was James in his car or out of his car?
I think he started off in his car, and...
That's correct.
I don't remember how it started, but he had somehow tried to get out. I guess my boyfriend kicked the door, and then that's when he grabbed it. Like, he had got out eventually, and then he had a knife in his hand. James did.
Yes.
And that's when I kind of backed up, but I was still trying to tell Seth to, like, let's just go and leave it alone.
Smart.
And after that, it kind of just ended. The cops had came.
Okay, good. Now you can change places with each other. Okay. Now I'll see an estimate for the damage. Now they have to put a window in the car and take out a dent. What happened when the police came, James?
When the police showed up, they arrested both of us and separated us almost immediately. And I'm not sure where they put him, but they put me in the back of a cop car.
And then what happened?
And then I was taken to jail. And they tried to charge me with assault with a deadly weapon, but they realized soon that I was a victim and they dropped all charges.
Don't tell me what they realized. You were arrested, and at the time of your arrest, you had the knife with you.
It was in the grass somewhere.
You had thrown it in the grass?
Yes.
Okay, so at the time, I love this job. So at the time of your arrest, despite the fact that he told them that you had a knife, you disposed of the knife. So at the time that the police came, you had no knife.
Yes.
Great, love this. Okay, did you have the window? Now you can sit down. Well, just don't sit down. You can stand next to your grandmother. He did not cause $4,000 of damage to your car, madam. You had to have the dent taken out, maybe two, and you had to replace a window, which is a big deal. Do you know how much that was?
I haven't replaced it. I can't afford it. The window's still broken, the dents are still in the car, and there's also a scratch right around the car. And
I don't know how that happened.
There's more than 2 dents. There's about 4 or 5 dents in the door.
Yeah, I wouldn't let him drive the car anymore. Do you let him drive the car anymore?
He has to get to work, and I can't always take him.
So the answer is you still let him drive the car?
Yes.
So you drive the car and you leave it outside with a broken window?
Well, we have the window covered so
With what?
so the rain doesn't get in there. And we're using my car right now. We very seldom use the BMW now. It's parked in the back.
Sarah, could you please find there the cost of fixing the window, if you can?
Sure.
So you disposed of the weapon before you were taken into police custody. Were you ultimately let go?
Yes, after 3 days.
So you spent 3 days in jail?
Yeah.
Did you see a lawyer?
I don't believe I did.
You had to have been arraigned.
It was a public defender.
Well, that's a lawyer.
I wasn't quite sure.
That the person was a lawyer?
Or a public defender. I don't know the difference, to be honest.
Public defender is a lawyer who does it cheaper. But I want a lawyer. I don't have a lawyer. I have a legal aid.
I see for a tint glass, but it doesn't break out besides taxable parts and labor, but it doesn't break out for...
See if you can look up replacing a BMW small window, Sarah.
Okay.
See if you can find that, because that's what he's going to do.
Actually, I think there's a line item here, rear door stationary vent glass, remove, replace, $133 at the very bottom, the last line item, if you want to just take a look. And then there is an additional tint glass. Here, I'll just circle it. I circled it for an additional $75.
Your Honor, may I speak?
Mm-hmm.
He also put a dent in the back of in the trunk with his knife.
He didn't have a knife.
He did have
No. Maybe. But so far I have no proof that he had a knife. I know he had a knife.
Okay.
I know he had a knife that he was smart enough to dispose of before he was arrested. Do you understand?
I understand.
Very good.
Lucille Chacon claims the defendant, Seth Kaufman, refuses to pay for car damages after starting a fight with her grandson, James.
What I'm telling you is he was smart enough to dispose of his knife before he was arrested. Do you understand? If the police had found the knife on him, probably would have been a whole different story. Was this the first time you ever spent time in jail?
No.
Of course not. Immediately prior to this incident, when had you been in jail before?
About a week.
For what?
Domestic violence.
Against whom?
My ex-girlfriend.
Great. What happened with that case?
She attacked me, so I smacked her once, and then some neighbors saw and called the cops.
Mm-hmm. Now, that was about a week before. Immediately prior to that?
That was it, the domestic violence and then assault with a deadly weapon.
2 things?
Yes.
The only time that you've been arrested?
Yes.
Really? What about you?
Well, I didn't get arrested that day.
No. Prior to September 16th, when had you been arrested immediately before?
Never.
Never?
I had been detained before. But
You've been what?
Detained, where they'd sit you on the curb and stuff, but never arrested. Me and my girlfriend were having a spat outside. We got detained because the neighbor said we were too loud, but we weren't arrested. We were just talked to, told to quiet down, and then we all went on our way.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you this, Ms. Chacon. You got to stop thinking that he's an innocent victim. Do you understand?
Yes.
He's 19 years old, right?
Yes.
How old are you?
74.
Ever been arrested?
No.
I'm 81. Never been arrested. 26. Never been arrested. I don't even have to go on this side. You got the gist of what I'm saying to you. He's 19. He was arrested twice within 1 week. Doesn't that tell you something? Either he's
several times, yes.
We talked about what?
About him staying out of trouble and just concentrating on working, which is what he's doing now.
Okay.
And he did have the money to buy that car. He had worked a whole year putting money away for the down payment on the BMW.
And?
So he's very responsible. And also on the police report, it was mentioned that they believe he hit the window with the back of the knife, and that's how he cut his hand.
Oh, I'd like to see the police report, please, before I make a decision about how much your grandson is going to contribute to fixing the car. because both of these characters acted inappropriately. You would agree with that, Ms. Chacon, wouldn't you?
Yes.
Perfect. So that they should both bear the responsibility. One, it's really Dumb and Dumber. Also, the same police officer who arrested you this time arrested you in the domestic violence case?
Yes.
Let's read on. How come neither one of you told me? Stand up. Over there. Did you tell the police that he tried to stab her with a knife?
Yes, I did.
How come in all this conversation that we had today so far, we've been at this for 40 minutes, I never heard from you that he tried to slash her with a knife?
I didn't want to talk out of turn. I was waiting for my turn to talk.
You idiot.
There was a few things
You're idiot.
left out.
So far, I have to tell you what you've told me about yourself, that you got out of your car because someone disrespected you, right? That you went over to him because you had a big fight with your girlfriend about something else. That you told me. The most important thing that's in this police report is your claim that everybody else denies, that he attempted to slash her with a knife.
Correct.
That you forgot to tell me.
Yes. Okay. Let's not forget it. Didn't have the time to.
Okay, I'm finished with this case. I don't have to read it anymore. It's clear to me that cross your hands.
Sorry.
It's clear to me that your grandson has some growing up to do. First, you should get him take the hair out of his eyes. He'd be more successful. He could see where he's going. Second thing is, he's going to pay for half the damage to your car. And at most, the damage to your car is $1,000. So he's going to pay $500 because all I'm charging them is $500. Do you understand?
Yes.
We're done. Thank you very much. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $500.
This court is adjourned.
Goodbye.
I'm happy with the judge's decision. I think that James was equally, or if not more, responsible for what happened that day than I was, so I'm glad that she made him at least pay for half of it.
I respect that. I respect her decision.
I should have been better about my anger. I don't need to lose my temper like that.
I mean, as the judge said, I could have murdered him. Those are her words.
I think that I was acting a little bit stupid those 2 days. The next day, I thought about it a lot. Like, I didn't need to do any of this.
I was simply going to work. I don't instigate fights.
People carry guns. A lot of people carry a lot of other illegal things that they can just use on you at any time, so.
My words were, I don't want to fight you, and when I showed him my waistband with the knife, he didn't want to fight anymore either.
Basically, just gotta check my ego.
Just keep doing what I want to do.
This whole thing could have been avoided if two young men just checked their egos a little bit. Got way out of hand for literally no reason. No reason. Walking a little too slow to cross the street.
I think that it's a very deep pathology. Those 3 young people is a very sad pathology. Not sure what her issues are, but the 19-year-old looks like butter could melt in his mouth until he opens his mouth. And he's clearly got his grandmother sort of a little bamboozled.
What started off as 2 young employed people who thought it was going well.
It went south fast.
Yeah. Looks like a job won't save everybody, but...
Better be unemployed and a nice person than employed and going down a very negative path.
Yeah.
All 3 of them.
Yeah.
All 3 of them. Very sad.
Great.
So you were going to go into her space, make and sell your CBD's infused ice cream.
CBD and THC, Your Honor.
And you still have his ice cream equipment.
Correct.
We had a fallout, so.
And you're saying, I want my equipment back.
I just want the value. I don't want the equipment anymore.
I don't care what you want. You've been eating too much ice cream.
This is Judy Justice. Kyle Bishop is suing his former business partner, Bridget Pinder, for the return of ice cream equipment.
Court come to order. All rise.
Have a seat, please.
Judge, case 3137, Bishop versus Pinder.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Mr. Bishop, you and Ms. Pinder are both in the business of products that contain CBD.
CBD and THC, Your Honor.
CBD and what?
THC.
You have to tell me what that is. Some people don't know.
It's a cannabis derivative.
That's good for what?
It's good for pain management, sleep, stuff like that.
And your particular specialty was CBD's infused ice cream.
Correct.
And you take that for pain management.
You can.
What else do you take it for?
You can take it recreationally too if you want.
Just to be happy.
Just to be happy.
It would seem to me that that's why you would take ice cream.
Sure.
Just to be happy. How long have you been involved in that business?
Since 2018, Your Honor.
Just my own curiosity. How'd you get involved in the ice cream part of CBDs?
It was basically just a fun way to infuse the CBD or THC.
And how do you buy the CBDs? Does it come in a box?
It comes in a distillate. So it's comes in a liter jar.
A liquid?
Yep.
And where do they get that from?
They extract it from the plant itself.
And you buy it from a company?
Yeah, yep, the extraction company, yep.
Where are they located?
In Oregon.
Must be a good business.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and you invested in this ice cream machinery.
Mm-hmm.
I assume there's no difference between the ice cream machinery to make ice cream.
No, none at all.
And the one to make ice cream infused with CBD.
None.
Okay. When did you purchase the equipment?
So the freeze dryer was purchased on February 22nd of 23. That was just one of the machines, one of the three.
And how much was that machine?
That machine was exactly $2,904.02.
Okay.
But there's also interest on it, because I'm doing a payment plan on it.
Just tell me what the second piece of equipment was.
Sure. And that would be a winter ice cream machine.
Okay. When did you purchase that?
This one was purchased on January 9th of 22. That was the second ice cream machine that I have.
And the third one?
I don't have the exact date, but I do have proof of purchase.
What was the year?
22.
Did you buy it from a private party?
Yes.
Okay. And how much was that?
That was $250.
Okay. And the one that you bought on January 9th, 2022 was how much?
$300.
$34.54 is what you paid for the equipment.
Correct.
You have any loans out on the equipment?
I do. Yep.
And that would be on the one you purchased in 2023?
Correct.
And how much is left on that?
I actually don't know. I just keep making payments on it.
When was the last time you made a payment on it?
This month.
Now, Ms. Pinder, you're in the same business, and what I gather was he leased some space and then he had some trouble in his space. You used to be in that space, and you were moving into new space.
We were already in new space.
You were already in new space, and he asked you if he could move his ice cream equipment over to your space and sell stuff out of your space.
Correct. We were going to collaborate. I'm sorry.
And when was that?
That was in July of 2023.
And that was the plan. He had his ice cream infused, and you are involved in CBDs. What kind? What do you sell?
So we grow, process, and make all of our own products. So we have a hemp farm where we grow all of our own hemp, and then we process it ourselves. So we get an oil, rosin out of our plant, and then we take that and we use that in our products. We were going to collaborate with Kyle on an ice cream product, and that is how we ended up
So she would supply the liquid?
No, she didn't supply anything.
No, she would.
Sorry.
I didn't say she did. I said if you're going to collaborate, were you going to buy your product from her?
We could, yes.
I actually did supply. Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, that sounds like a collaboration.
Right.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if she processes her own liquid.
Right, but it's more cost effective to buy it in bulk the way I was doing it versus making it.
So how were you going to collaborate with her?
It was going to be a 50-50 partnership between the profit made.
So you were going to go into her space, make and sell your ice cream.
Right.
And she would get half the profit.
Right.
In exchange for your rent. Is that the deal?
We didn't have a deal on rent or anything.
Okay, so you didn't have a deal on rent, but you were going to split profits on his product.
Correct.
Okay, and there was a kerfuffle between the two of you when?
About July 26th, 2023.
And you were no longer collaborating after that?
Correct.
Correct.
And you still have his ice cream equipment in your store?
Correct. And the reason that I have his okay.
And that's what he wants back?
Well, no, actually I do. I just want the value. I don't want the equipment anymore.
I don't care what you want.
Sure.
You want your equipment back.
Well, actually, I want the value of the equipment.
She's not going to pay you for the equipment. If I rule that she has to give it back to you, she's going to give it back to you. You got to go pick it up from wherever it is. Okay.
Bishop claims his former business partner, Bridget Pinder, is wrongfully withholding his ice cream equipment. Bridget is countersuing for the cost of CBD products and defamation.
Now, is the theory that you're holding on to his equipment that he has some of your product.
Yes, ma'am.
So in effect, what you did was put a lien on his equipment, even though you didn't put a lien on it.
Correct.
You have to return his equipment.
Okay.
And you have 5 days to do that. You go there if you need to go there with a sheriff or a marshal. We'll put that in the order.
I've already done that once. I've already done that once, Your Honor.
Well, now you do it with an order. 5 days, you pick up your equipment. Okay. Now, you paid $34.54 for the equipment. Would you mind telling me why you're suing for $7,000?
Basically for damages done to the business as well.
What damages?
Loss in profit and wages.
How do you know that? What proof do you have of that?
I can't sell any product, Your Honor.
Well, what proof do you have of what you could sell?
I do have other clientele that would purchase.
How do I know that? You get your equipment back.
Okay.
Be happy. Now, she has a counterclaim. She says you have some of her product.
I do.
First, how did you come into possession of her product?
We agreed upon the old space that we were both currently at. It was a 60-40 split.
Just a minute. You mean in your old place that you left?
Yes. Yep.
Before you left the old space, she gave you some of her product for you to sell.
Right. And then I still owed on that product after closing.
Did you have a written contract?
No.
How did you keep track of what she had given you to sell?
We would basically just do it through the POS system.
The what?
The POS system, point of sales.
On my end, I would keep track of every time I would bring product out to the store or one of my employees would bring product. And then I also have copies of my wholesale books and my lists, if you would like, so that you can see how much things cost. And
Mr. Bishop, I'd like you to take a look at this and see if this represents a fair and accurate representation of the product that Ms. Pinder gave you to sell on consignment.
These are the correct products, but not the quantity.
Do you have what the quantity is?
I do not.
Well, why don't you keep it? I mean, you're in business. If you don't have it and she has it, then I must rely on what she has. Mr. Bishop, you got to stop eating all that ice cream, sir.
No, I do have conversations.
You eat up all the product. You know, you're not in business anymore. So where is all of her product?
It's in storage right now.
How long has it been in storage?
About 4 months.
What's the exact date it went into storage?
I don't know, Your Honor.
July was when he left his store. So
it was actually May 11th was the last day, Your Honor.
Okay, so I'm sorry, May 11th was his last day. And our products are not very shelf stable. They have about 6 months to a year shelf stability. So those products would not be viable anymore.
Tell me, Mr. Bishop, how come you put the products in storage in May?
That's just because we're transferring over to a new spot. Well, trying to anyway. And then we're just continually trying to find a new spot.
Well, what happened with her spot?
We had a fallout, so.
He was never coming to my new spot. His old spot is where that I was in prior to him renting it. So we've never been in business together. We've never had like a spot or anything like that together.
But that was the plan.
No, it was not.
That was the plan.
The plan was for him to make ice cream in our processing facility, but not for us to ever share storefront together.
So his ice cream equipment was placed by him in your processing facility, not the store.
Correct.
So he never really used it to make ice cream.
No, I asked him multiple times in multiple text messages to come in and make the product because we were supposed to be making a product together. And he would always give me excuses like, I don't have gas money, I can't get there today, this and that. And then the product not being viable, we also went back and forth with that. I kept asking him to make something with a longer shelf life, things like that. So that didn't happen.
May I see some of the text messages?
Yeah.
And then I'd like you to tell me.
So these are in order. This is from where we were talking in July 26th. So this is me asking for my products back. Maybe we'll start with that. I don't know. I don't know if you want the whole thing.
Yeah, okay. I want everything. The defendant said to you, I'll need my products back and money you owe me first. I assume you asked for your ice cream equipment.
Correct.
I've been asking you for weeks when you're coming in, and you didn't, so now I don't have time. Well, how much did you owe her in July? Mr. Bishop, you clearly, based upon all of these messages, owe her money.
Correct.
And you owe her some serious money in July. And what you're doing is saying to her, listen, I'm not doing well right now, so you got to stop stressing me. You're asking her to be like your mother. I owe you money, but don't talk to me about that now because I'm very stressed.
It was only
and I have to make money, and I need my freezer equipment to make money, and you won't give it to me. That's what you're saying to her. Now, he says to you, I know I owe you $700, and it's just frustrating that the faucet just shut off. Trust me, I know. But we need to work together on this to make it work. There is a spot in Glencoe for $800, all utilities with a small kitchenette, and only asking for 1 year's rent. I can sell things and do DoorDash to meet that.
The $700, Your Honor, that was for product he had sold in the store, not for the product of mine that he still has. So I agree
so
that
what he...
Yeah, he was selling our products.
That's not right, Your Honor.
So that was the $700 that he had sold that he owed us from selling the product, but he still has all of my other products in storage.
He has other inventory.
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Bishop, I'm reading all these messages, and it appears that you said to her, I owe you $700.
Correct.
Now, in my rudimentary business mind, that means that that is not materials that you had of hers that are currently in storage, but materials that you sold and were her part of the profits. You said it was a 60-40 split in the old store.
That was for the collaboration we were going to do.
No, that's for what you sold already. That's for what you sold and you didn't pay her.
But there's no way I have $10,000 worth of product. There's absolutely...
Well, but you see, I don't know that because you just took it and didn't keep inventory. You just took it. Gimme, 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 gimme. I want to make some ice cream.
Has accused his former business partner, Bridget Pinder, of refusing to return his ice cream equipment. Bridget is countersuing, claiming Kyle owes for the cost of CBD products.
So my question to you, Mr. Bishop, is how much money did you owe her?
Only $700, Your Honor.
I want you to show me how you get to that figure.
Sure.
Your Honor, that was this.
There's her. Oop. Excuse me, sir.
What you're showing me is $700 that you already owe her for products that you sold.
Right, but that's all that was owed.
Well, what's in storage?
It's about like $500 worth of product. It's not much.
That's not what she says.
Right, that's what she said.
Why didn't you give it back to her?
I mean, we tried talking. I even brought a cop for a civil standby. We couldn't really work it out.
What do you mean you couldn't work it out? Why don't you just give her back all the products that you had back in July? They were still good.
Well, I was going to sell those in my new spot. I thought I was going to get a new spot by next month, but that never panned out, unfortunately.
Well, that's not her fault.
Right.
You kept stuff that didn't belong to you.
Right. But I do have text messages saying that I was going to sell that in the new spot.
But you didn't.
Well, I can't.
Why?
Because I don't have a new spot.
Well, that's not her fault.
Right. No, I know it's not.
You've been eating too much ice cream, Mr. Bishop. Try chicken and fish. It'll help you out a lot. It's good for your brain.
Your Honor.
What?
He's also been defaming us on social media and YouTube, which I have copies of. He also has product with our logo on them still on his Facebook page that we've asked him to take down multiple times, which he hasn't, and he laughs at us about.
Merci.
Yeah. The picture of the YouTube, Your Honor, is him sharing our text messages that I gave you on YouTube, calling us thieves.
Who cares? I have a saying, if you don't want to see the picture on the front page of the New York Times, don't take the picture. And if you don't want to see something republished, don't send a text message about it because it can be republished. I don't know what this means. Can you get away with stealing? Hashtag law, hashtag education. What is that?
The content of that was actually a guy stealing a watch and then the state pressing charges against the guy that stole. So telling her basically that the state would press charges against her for stealing my stuff.
But taking my business.
She actually should not have retained your stuff without the intervention of a court, but that's why we're here now, sir.
Correct.
And the defendant says that the value of the merchandise that you have is not, as you speculate, $500 or whatever, but more in the neighborhood of, she says, thousands of dollars, because you're suing for a congregate amount of $10,000. You break that up in product and in defamation. Now, you have a fixed amount that I can see of what product you gave him, when, and your cost on them. Do you have that?
Yes, ma'am.
I'd like to see it.
It's on the back sheet of the one that I gave you, 11,000, the one that looks like this, Your Honor.
Okay. You asked him for his stuff.
I did.
Mm-hmm. Do you remember what he told you?
He told me that he was going to be getting a new space and that he was going to sell my stuff in his new space. So I asked him multiple times for my things back because I know that they're not going to do well in a storage space. I even told him, give them back to me and I will give you new stuff when you open your new space.
That's not true, Your Honor.
It is true, Your Honor. That's what
There's no text messages saying that.
No, I told that to him.
It really doesn't matter, does it?
Yeah, because I wanted him to succeed. I'm in the part of our huge part of our community.
That's not true, Your Honor.
And
Don't
I
interrupt
did.
her.
I wanted him to succeed. I want a lot of people to succeed, and so I try to help others in our community, and that's what I was trying to do here, Your Honor.
She actually had a lobbyist group make my product illegal. I don't know how that's helping me.
Mr. Bishop, let me ask you this question. You're coming to court today asking for the return of your equipment.
Correct. But now I can't even make the product because it's illegal now.
Because it's illegal.
Correct. She made it illegal.
Wow. She's not a legislator. She may have lobbied to make it illegal, but she's not a legislator.
Well, no, she used a group called...
I don't care, Mr. Bishop. You have to understand. I don't care. What I'm saying to you is you're coming into a court of equity and you're saying, I want my equipment back, which I can still use because it's equipment. And
well, I
Ms.
can't
Pinder,
use it to make ice cream.
I don't care what you use it for. You can use it to make ice cream, so you just can't make it with CBD-infused ice cream.
Correct.
Make as much ice cream as you like. And as far as the defendant is concerned, if you can't make CBD-infused ice cream, she has no use for the equipment.
Correct.
Except to sell it. But if you can't use it, is that right?
Correct.
If you can't use it, then you really don't want it back.
Correct.
Then I'm not going to give it to you back.
Okay.
And I'm going to take off the value based upon what you owe her because she can't use the product anymore. Its shelf life is gone, and you've retained it. Do you understand?
Correct.
So she says the value of her product is $11,000. My court maximum is $10,000. She's got the equipment that you can't use. I don't know what she can sell it for. You paid $3,000 for the equipment. You have $10,000 worth of stuff that you can no longer use because he's retained it in storage. Sell whatever you can of his ice cream equipment.
Okay.
I'm awarding you $7,000 on your counterclaim.
Thank you, Judge.
The plaintiff's claim is dismissed. On the counterclaim, $7,000. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Adjourned.
We just had a disagreement, unfortunately. We had a bit of a falling out, so.
He wouldn't show up to make the product. The shelf life on the product was not long enough, and it wasn't reliable.
They put in law that my ice cream is now illegal, so.
We did not do that. We did not get anything banned. We worked really hard to get THC legalized in Minnesota, and that's what we did.
Oh, we're just going to move forward.
We will never work with him in the future.
I should have asked whether these products that contain the CBDs that she sells, that he took and has in storage, I wonder if they have an expiration date.
A lot of them do. I think it's a plant derivative. Sometimes, balms or salves that have CBD in them do all have an expiration
date on it.
Just because they do come from a plant derivative, so they have some form of expiration on
date. Yeah, you see that, when products that you buy in the grocery store.
It sounded
best
accurate
used by
when she said 6
that
months to a
expires 6
year
months.
around.
Yeah.
But yeah, it would have been a good question.
Gave him money. You say he never gave you the car and he sold it.
Yes.
No, she didn't.
I have proof that she paid you for this car.
It wasn't a significant sum.
What?
I don't know how much.
I immediately don't like you already.
This is Judy Justice. Kayla Sams is suing her former partner, Brenton Pickett, for personal belongings, a car, and harassment.
Court come to order. All rise.
Have a seat, please.
Judge, case 3147, Sams versus Pickett.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
This used to be your boyfriend.
Yes.
Sort of lived there sometimes, where he lived someplace with a child, right?
Yes.
Boy?
2 boys.
2 boys. How old?
3 and 4.
Where's their mother?
She's around. We have like joint custody.
And sort of how many days a week would you say that you spent when you were together at his house?
Almost every day.
No, she didn't.
Don't speak out. You never know where it's going to go. Just because she says it doesn't mean it's going to hurt you.
Okay.
See, she may say something like almost every day,
Right.
and that's only going to hurt her. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay. And when did you start spending almost every day at his house?
Around March in 2021.
Until when?
January of 2023.
Then you broke up and claimed he owes you all kinds of money and things that you weren't able to take out of the house, and you also gave him money for a car that you never got. That's what the case is about, right?
Yes.
Easy. Okay. You bought a whole bunch of electronics at a rent-to-buy. Give me the name of the company that was rent-buy.
Rent-A-Center and American Rental.
So 2 different companies?
Yes.
What did you buy at each of the companies?
With Rent-A-Center, I bought the Xbox One and then the TV. And with American Rental, I bought the PlayStation 5 and the sound speaker set.
In what year did you buy each of these things?
In 2020 is when I bought the Xbox One. 2021.
In just a second, in 2020, so before you met him?
Yeah, that one came before I met him, yes.
That one came before you met him. So in 2020, you bought the Xbox One and the TV?
No, the TV was bought later in 2021.
So that was bought after you met him?
Yes.
Now, you bought the Xbox. Did you finish paying for the Xbox?
Yes.
Prove it. Okay. Now, you're no longer a couple, right?
We never were.
Well, she would come over and visit, whatever it was. Let's say that you're a nasty guy and you just used her for the electronics and for whatever else. Let's just say you never dated, you were never together, you're just a nasty guy. Where is the Xbox?
It's with my son.
Where is your son?
At home.
At your house?
Right. We're at his mom's house currently, but...
Listen, double talker. You live with his mom? Do you live with his mom?
No.
Where is the Xbox?
At her house with my son.
How did it get to his mother's house?
She bought it for him, and he took it where he wants.
Just a second. How old is your son?
5. 5.
5. Okay. I immediately don't like you already. I wasn't sure if I liked her, but I don't like you already. Who is this?
It's my mom.
It's your mom. Should have tried harder. Should have tried harder.
Aw.
5-year-olds don't take Xboxes to their mother. She didn't give him the Xbox to take to his mother's house. She bought it before she knew your kid.
Your Honor.
Don't speak. First of all, with regard to the Xbox, it look like you're losing?
No, sorry.
All right. She bought the Xbox before she knew your kid in 2020. You say no? Prove that she's mistaken. Did you buy the Xbox?
No.
When was it purchased?
I don't know. I didn't ask for
You don't know? She just brought it over?
Yes.
And when she brought it over, did you ever use an Xbox? Do you know how to use it?
Yeah.
That would be a yes, not yeah. Yes, you know how to use it.
Yes.
And so you used it, and in 2021, when she came over, so your son now is 5? Uncross your arms. Your son now is 5?
Yeah.
So in 2021, he was a year and a half old, right?
Something like that, yeah.
I'm not great in math, but that would be about right.
He just turned 2 right when we got together.
So he was 2. Okay. Now, you're talking to somebody who's had a lot of kids, 13 grandchildren, got a great-grandchild who's a year old. They don't use Xboxes when they're 2. His father used the Xbox.
I don't.
Then she used it to play.
She didn't live in my house to play it.
Should have tried harder with him. So, where do you come from?
Indiana.
You want to go back to Indiana? You flew here. We paid for the ticket, right?
Yeah.
Get the Xbox back.
He will break it.
Shh. Oh, no, he won't, because he also, when he comes here, he gets an appearance fee, which you're not going to get until she gets her Xbox back. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
You understand it perfectly.
Yes.
Right. The appearance fee that you're promised is going to be zippity-doo-dah until she gets her unbroken Xbox back. Understood? Right?
Mm-hmm.
So it depends upon how much it's worth to you. Now, Xbox is coming back to you. TV, when was it purchased?
5/3/2021.
What did you bring it to his house for?
He needed a TV because Miles broke his.
Because what?
Miles broke his, which is his youngest son. So I let him borrow it.
Now, did you pay for it from Rent-A-Center?
Yes.
I'd like to see proof of that.
This goes with that, and that statement that you have up there goes with this as well.
Well, these are all November 27th.
Yes, I paid them all off on the same day.
Okay, so this is the payoff
Yes,
statement.
that's the payoff statement,
Okay.
yes.
Okay, where is the TV?
At my house.
What?
My house.
Okay, we're going to make arrangements for her to pick up the TV. Same conditions. Zero money. Do you understand? Until she gets back her property.
Kayla Sams claims her former partner, Brenton Pickett, kept her personal belongings and never gave her the car she purchased from him.
Now, what other electronics?
There's a PlayStation 5 and a sound speaker set. And I know that he does not have either one of those because I've been told that he sold both of them.
Did you sell either one of those two things? Put your hands down. Did you sell either of those two things?
Once they're in my possession.
Just
yes.
That requires an answer, yes or no?
Yes.
You sold the PlayStation to whom?
Someone on Facebook.
Should have done better.
You're so funny.
I'm not trying to be funny. I feel sad for your mother. I know she probably put in a lot of effort into you.
You would think.
Well, one would hope, and if she did, I feel sorry for her that she should have done better. Okay, so how much did you pay for the PlayStation?
$2,699. It came from the rental place, so I paid more for it because of the interest and everything, but I have the receipt right here.
May I see it, please? PlayStation and speaker set. Sold that too? What does that mean?
Yes.
What does that mean?
Yes. Sure. Whatever you want me to tell you, I guess.
I don't want to be too hard on him. He doesn't have anything wrong with him, does he?
No, he does not. He has...
Oh, good. That's good. I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't bullying anybody that had a pre-existing condition. His pre-existing condition is just that nasty. Okay. And how much was the speaker set?
I paid $904.54 for it. $904.54.
Okay. So the two things you're going to get back, and the rest of the things that he says he's already disposed of come up to $3603. Now we're going to talk about this car,
okay,
which I have a little bit of a problem with, that I don't understand this car, because you got a settlement from a personal injury claim in May of 2022, and according to you, he offered to sell you a Dodge car for $4,500.
Yes.
Did he own the car?
His dad gave him the car, so yes, it was his car.
Are you still married to his father?
No.
You can stand up with him, move over. Who's his father?
Steve Pickett.
When did he give him this Dodge car?
I do not know the exact time frame, but I have a message from Kayla that says April 28th of 22, that he was giving the car to Kayla.
That's not what I asked you. I said, when did his father buy him or give him the car? What year?
I don't know the exact date. But
I don't want to know the exact date. I assume that you're in touch with him because you have grandchildren that I assume he needs your help taking care of when he has them in his custody.
Yes.
Right? I assume that.
Yes.
So then if I asked you in what year his father gave him this car, I guarantee you know the year. Guaranteed.
I would not.
They're separated. How would she know that?
I'm not married to his father.
I know you're not married to his father. Are you telling me you don't see your grandchildren?
Yes, I see my grandchildren.
Of course. And your grandchildren live with him. That's what he said. Some of the time, right? So when you see your grandchildren and they're with him and they're young,
yes,
you know that he's either at work. Does he work?
He works, yes.
Right. Do you ever take care of the children?
I live 2 hours away, so I don't take care of the children during the week, and I'm not there a lot, and my husband passed away of cancer, so no, I'm not there a lot. So I would not know the exact year.
Really?
I do have a message from Kayla that she said that Brenton was giving her the car. So that's my knowledge of the car.
Okay. You have a message from her that he was giving her the car.
Yes.
Good. Now, she paid you $4,500 for the car, correct?
No.
How much did she pay you for the car?
She did give me money, but as I plan to give her the car, I don't know how much.
How much money did she give you?
But it was 2 years ago. I don't know.
What?
It wasn't a significant sum.
I have a text message right here that says how much it
May
is.
I please see what she has?
It's a joke. Is it?
No, you're a joke, sir.
Okay.
You're a joke.
Oh, it's so funny.
My son is not paying you a blank dime. You are the one that paid him $4,500 for a car that barely ran. He doesn't owe you anything. If you have to pay for all this stuff, that's on you, not him. You've made him miserable ever since you left him almost a year ago. 313-23. Whose number is that?
That's my number.
Well, that's what you said to her. You are the one that paid him $4,500 for the car. Does that refresh your recollection, sir? Your mother got that figure from someplace.
From her.
So you mean she's believing her now? Just a second, she's believing her now. You're the one that paid him $4,500 for the car that barely ran. So she's saying she gave you money for a car that barely ran, and he doesn't owe you anything. If you have to pay for all that stuff, that's the electronics, that's on you, because he's miserable. How do you expect him to pay almost $10,000? That's kind of ridiculous, if you ask me. Okay, so she gave you $4,500. But my question to you is, you say he never gave you the car and he sold it.
Yes.
To somebody else.
He sold it to his children's mother.
Uncross your arms. How do you know that?
Me and are friends now.
You have any proof that he sold it to his children's mother?
I don't have proof of that, no, but I can get it in my phone.
Get it in your phone. So you and his ex, the mother of his children, are friends now?
Yes.
Did you give the car or sell the car to the mother of your boys? That's either a yes or a no.
I gave it to Kayla.
So the answer is you did not give the Dodge to the mother of your children.
No, I gave it to Kayla.
No,
Like
just
it
a second.
says right here.
Just a second.
But you won't take our evidence, so.
I'm going to take your evidence. I'm just laying a foundation.
Kayla Sams is accusing her former partner, Brenton Pickett, of keeping her belongings and wrongfully selling the car she purchased from Brenton.
Now, you did not give the car that she paid you for to the mother of your children. No. The answer is no. I want her phone number.
You want his phone number?
That's absolutely right. Sarah, take it down. I'm going to go and call Miss. Find out what kind of car she drives, where she got it from.
487.
Okay. So please ask her if she has in her possession an Xbox.
Okay.
And we want to know whether or not she is driving a 2008 Dodge Caliber.
She is not driving it because the car, the front.
The car's what?
She's not able to drive the car. They had to jump it.
She can talk, but I can't.
Ask her whether she had the car and what happened to it. So you say he gave it to the mother of his children. I want to find out if that's true. Find out when. Mm-hmm. Show me the date that you took out $4,500 to give it to him.
I don't have that because when I got the settlement check, my lawyer, they deposited the check into his account and he wrote me a check for the remaining balance after he took what was owed to him.
I understand that.
So I have the settlement and distribution.
I don't need the settlement in that. I want to know when you gave him the $4,500.
May 5th or May 4th. It was the same day that I got the money.
Did you give it to him in check or cash?
Cash, standing in his living room.
In any event, his answer seems she's going to get me the information I need. I sold the car to Kayla. That's what you swore to, for $4,500. So that you acknowledge. Let's see if the ex-wife had. She was your wife or partner? Partner. Okay. Now, Kevin, I'd like you to go and take the first two documents that he has in front of him and bring them to me.
First. This is just proving the contact order was false.
What is this that you're showing me?
That's the picture she put in the contact order that I had nothing to do with. It's from a car wreck.
Just a second. I'm talking about a car.
Okay.
Does not like to answer on the first ring, so it took a few tries, but I got her. And she said about a year and a half ago, she wasn't certain on the exact dates, but she's had her new car for about a year and 2 months. So she figures about a year and a half ago is when she bought the Dodge from Brenton with Kayla's permission. So that's how she phrased it to me. So I said, you weren't sure of who the owner was, or you are? She says it was sort of a convoluted situation, but how it was presented to me was that I was buying it from Brenton and Kayla allowed that sale to take place. When I asked how much she paid for the car at that time, she said it wasn't a bill of sale or a proper amount for the car, but that she helped Brenton out with rent payments and other small things like that as a quid pro quo, you could say, for the vehicle. The vehicle is junked now. She said it was not safe to drive. She didn't feel comfortable having her children in it, so the car has been junked. And in regards to the Xbox, it is in full working order in her house with her son currently.
So I have proof that she paid you $4,500 for this car, and according to the lovely, you did in fact sell her the same car, she says, with your permission.
I did not give permission for that vehicle to be sold again. He probably told her that he had my permission. He did not.
The only question that I have is, why did you wait so long to sue him?
Brenton was very abusive and very mean. And when I decided to finally leave, I sent my family to get my things and he wouldn't give it to them. And it took me a minute to get over everything that had happened. And I had to pay off all of this stuff as well. And he is in possession of it.
Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $8,103 plus the return of the Xbox. The defendant's fee, if any, will be held here until the Xbox is returned. Thank you very much.
How do I get that back to him?
You can take the auto and get a sheriff to go pick it up.
Okay.
This court is adjourned.
This is a scam artist.
He came in here with a few text messages that were irrelevant to the case. I really don't know what he thought he was doing. That whole case stacked against him.
It's what she does, bud.
I'm not dating no more.
I don't know. Can I go?
I'm ready for a brighter future.
You know, you always have a problem when the two exes have each other's phone numbers on speed dial.
Oh, yeah. I found it interesting, though, when I spoke to her, and I should have followed up, about the permission that she said, because that was the word she used. She said, he gave me the car, but Kayla gave her permission. And I should have followed up more, because then she denied, Kayla, the plaintiff, denied saying that. And if you were friends now, I feel like you might have gotten your story a little straighter before coming here.
I don't think that they intended that you would go in the back and call
No,
it
of course. That's the best part of the verification calls, is they're always a surprise.
He wasn't a nice man.
No.
Because if the other stuff was in his house and he knew that she had purchased it and they were no longer together, well, maybe he would say she purchased it and he kept it in the house and they were gifts. But he didn't. He sold most of it.
Sure.
He sold the expensive. Instead of giving it back, he sold it for the money. And there is absolutely no allegation that she owed him money for anything. She was the generous one and he was the taker. I don't know. Women need to nest. They pick on any piece of trash in order to nest. There was a dog fight.
Yes.
And I had the bat and I'm screaming at him, go home! My son is standing there screaming, hit him!
Your dogs went on their property.
Correct, after their dog growled at my dogs.
Dogs growl. That's what dogs do.
This is Judy Justice. Ethan Shepard is suing his neighbor, Joseph Hale, for vet bills and pain and suffering.
Court come to order. All rise.
Have a seat, please.
Hello, Judge. Case 3016, Shepard versus Hale.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mr. Shepard, how long have you and Mr. Hale been neighbors?
About 3 years.
How long are you living in your property?
About 15 years.
So he's the newcomer?
Yes.
You are neighbors, but you live across the street from each other?
Or next door.
Right next door?
Yeah.
Do you have a photograph of the property?
Yeah.
I'd like to take a look at it. Oh, there it is.
Okay.
Your house is on the right or the left?
My house on the left.
And your driveway is all the way left. I see a car in your driveway. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Going into a garage area or the side of the house?
The garage is on the, when it turns in. So like.
Yeah, okay. And the defendant's driveway is close to your house, is on your side of the house.
Yes.
Now, you each have dogs. You have a German Shepherd?
Yeah.
How old?
He's going to be 3. Wait, we got him in 2019. Right, 3? 4. Sorry.
Who's that?
That's my mom.
Yeah. Math. And you have 2 dogs.
Correct.
What kind of dogs do you have?
I have cane corsos.
Tell me what they look like.
They look like they're mastiffs.
Could you bring one up, Sarah, for me to take a look at?
Sure.
Unless you have a photograph.
I do.
She's going to show me anyway, because I know what a German Shepherd looks like.
Oh, a German Shepherd. I thought you were talking about.
No,
King
King
Corsos?
Corso.
Yeah.
Oh, they're big dogs.
Big guys.
Big dogs. How old are your dogs?
About 4 and 3.5.
Anyway, this is what the lawsuit is about. It is your claim that the defendant's dogs, while unleashed, came on your property, attacked your dog. Your dog was injured. You want the defendant to be responsible for whatever vet bills there were, and for punitive damages. You're suing him for $10,000. Defendant says that your dog actually came onto his property, and then they ran back onto your property, and that your dog was unleashed at the time that this happened. Now, the incident occurred on what date?
On March 5th, 2023.
According to what I read, you were going shopping with your mother or your grandmother? Your mother.
My mother. We're going to drive around the city, practicing for my driving test.
And you were taking the dog with you?
Yes.
And that was the plan. You were going to drive around, the dog was going to sit in the back seat or whatever. And you decided that you had to go to the restroom. So you went back into the house before you left.
Yes.
So your mother is here.
Mm-hmm.
And your mother's going to stand up now because your mother was there from the beginning. Your last name is?
Shepherd.
Shepherd. Miss Shepherd, we're going to go to March 5th, approximately what time?
2:30.
I'd like you to go over to that photograph. Now, you were leaving the house with your son. He said, I have to go back into the house to go to the bathroom, and you were taking the Shepherd with you. Show me where you were getting into the car.
So my car was parked here. Buck and I came out of the front door, and we're standing about here. Buck went into the yard about right here, was smelling around.
Just a second. So let's do this slowly.
Okay.
You come out of the house with Buck.
Yeah. So we walked across the driveway.
Yes.
Into the front yard about here.
That's not what you said a moment ago. A moment ago, you said you were standing here and Buck walked over to the grass. That's what you said a moment ago.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry.
I want you to be very, very careful.
Okay.
Let's be very careful because I'm creating a picture in my mind, and I don't want the picture that you create for me to be different from what actually happened.
Okay.
Do we understand each other?
Yeah.
You walked out of the house with Buck.
Yes.
You were going to go in your car.
Yeah.
You were standing where?
I was standing here in the driveway.
You were standing in the driveway, and the dog
walked into the yard about here.
Okay, to relieve himself.
He was just smelling.
Smelling?
Yeah.
Okay, and at that time, the dog was unleashed.
Correct, because we were about to get into it.
Not because.
Okay.
The dog, a big dog, was unleashed.
Yes.
Okay. And so now he's in the middle of the yard, unleashed.
Correct.
And what happened next?
I walked onto the grass by the dog. I was going to start putting him in the car. I turned.
Did you call him? Did you call him to come to you?
No, I was standing next to him.
No, you weren't. You were in the driveway. You said you started to walk over. You said you started to walk over. Correct. And I said to you, did you call him first because you're standing in the driveway? Did you say, Buck?
No.
Well, how are you going to get him? You're going to grab his collar? How are you going to grab him to put him in the car?
Ethan Shepherd claims his neighbor, Joseph Hale, owes for vet bills and pain and suffering. Joseph is countersuing for damages from an assault with a baseball bat.
Now, I said to you, did you call him first because you're standing in the driveway? Did you say, Buck?
No.
Well, how are you going to get him? You're going to grab his collar? How are you going to grab him to put him in the car?
I walked to him to bring him to the car. I didn't call his name. I just walked to him.
And how are you going to bring him? I mean, when I say...
He's going to follow me to the car.
Well,
he knows we're getting. He knew we were going to get into the car.
Well, he didn't know you were going to get into the car if you called it.
I didn't have time to say anything.
Well, you had time to walk over. Instead of walking over, why don't you just call him? You're closer to the car from the driveway than you are going to the grass. That's what I want you to be really careful about, Miss Shepherd. I want you to be really careful about what you say to me, because I'm a dog owner. Okay. I've had puppies that I don't trust outside by themselves. And then when they get older, if I was standing in the driveway and my dog, according to you, knew we were going in the car, I would have said, Buck, let's go. That's just normal for a dog owner, for a dog that's 4 years old. Buck, let's go. Not walking over and leaning over and grabbing him because he's unleashed by a collar, which I assume he had on, to walk him over to the car. Doesn't make sense to me. Okay. Let's continue with this.
Okay.
So now the dog is unleashed. You're walking over on the grass.
Correct. And I'm standing next to Buck. I'm walking towards him, looking out towards the street because I'm walking forward. I see Bruno, the black dog, look at us. He takes off running around our little fence here and starts heading over to where I am standing with Buck. I start screaming, no, Buck, no. Buck turns and sees Bruno. Bruno is on him. They're wrestling, they're chasing, they're running to our porch. I'm running behind them, screaming. I run inside my house, grab a bat. We have bats at our front door because there's a lot of homeless people and we have to protect ourselves. They've come to the door before. While I'm getting the bat, I throw off my sandals. My mom hears me screaming, who was in the living room. She stands up, goes to the door. Ethan was in the bathroom, going to the bathroom. They both run out into the front yard. I follow them out. When I come out, I now see Joe.
Who's Joe? Raise your hand.
Oh, I'm sorry. Joe, our neighbor. He is now in our yard. The female dog, Beulah, is on Buck. They're fighting.
Show me where.
By my car. This isn't my car. This is my dad's, but my car was here. They're fighting by my car. The dogs are biting. Joe's on the ground in between the dogs with Beulah's collar. My son is standing there screaming. Bruno, the black dog that had started the fight, was now on our grass. He was headed home. He turned back and looked at me, and I had the bat, and I'm screaming at him, go home, Bruno, go home. Out of my yard. Joe is saying, hit him, in the midst of him with the dogs fighting. I chased Bruno into his yard. So now Bruno is standing here.
Now this fence
he goes
is how
around the fence.
This fence stops on the property before the property ends.
Yeah, it goes, there's a couple feet where it's just free. There's like a meter thing in the ground.
Okay.
Yeah.
How high is that fence?
Maybe to my knees.
Oh, I see it, please.
Oh, here's
Okay.
Like you can hop over it. I'm standing here yelling at Bruno.
Oh, this is an easy hop fence. This is
yes.
Yes, this isn't a high fence. This is a hop fence. It's not designed to do anything but visually separate the property. I understand.
Yeah.
Okay, let's stop for a moment. Go back.
Okay.
Now, Mr. Hale.
Yes.
I'd like you to go over to the same photograph.
Mm-hmm.
You were in your garage.
Correct, with the dog.
This is your garage.
Correct.
With your garage door open.
Correct.
With your dogs unleashed.
Correct.
Somehow your unleashed dogs got out.
Yes.
Go ahead.
So on Sunday, 2:30, March 5th, I was in my garage with the dogs, and I noticed their dog came to the fence line and came over. My dogs came to here. They're looking at each other. Their dog growls. The dogs run out, come over, start running over here. I give chase.
Okay, let's stop there. I want you to read that back to me, and I want you to listen carefully to what Whitney is going to read.
Okay, so on Sunday, 2:30, March 5th, I was in my garage with the dogs, and I noticed their dog came to the fence line and came over.
Came to the fence line. Just stop there 1 second. Show me the fence line. Show me came over. Careful. Show me came over.
Technically not came over. It
Okay,
on the fence
that's
line.
what I wanted to make sure. So technically, There's nothing technically, that's like basically.
Correct.
Their dog did not come on your property. Their dog came to the fence, your dogs came to the fence, but their dog did not come on your property. Go back. That's either a yes or a no. Your dogs came around and went on their property.
Correct, after their dog growled at my dogs.
That's okay. Dogs growl. That's what dogs do. That's what dogs do. Your dogs got on to their property. And as a result of that, their dog was injured, and you're responsible for the vet bills. That's it. Easy. You're responsible for the vet bills. Their dog was unleashed. If you had said to me, yes, their dog came around to and then scooted back to my property, we would have had a whole different scenario here. But their unleashed dog was on their property, and your unleashed dogs came on their property, and there was a dog fight, and you're responsible. Now, I also understand, sir, that this was not the first time that there has been an incident involving your two dogs.
Correct.
Is that right? The first one was several years before.
Correct.
And at that time, several years before, there was also some injury to the German Shepherd.
Ethan Shepard is accusing his neighbor, Joseph Hale, of owing for vet bills after Joseph's dogs attacked his dog. Joseph is countersuing, claiming he was assaulted with a baseball bat.
Now, I also understand, sir, that this was not the first time that there has been an incident involving your two dogs.
Correct.
Is that right? The first one was several years before.
Correct.
And at that time, several years before, there was also some injury to the German Shepherd.
Correct.
Well, do you own your house?
No.
You rent?
Correct.
How long have you rented there?
4 years.
You have a landlord?
Correct.
You have homeowners insurance?
I had renter's insurance.
You had renter's insurance. You don't have any more?
No.
You want to tell me why?
The renter's insurance, it lapsed 2 weeks prior to the first altercation. And then after that first altercation, the Shepherds, during all that, I paid the vet bills and took care of everything as I should.
From your insurance?
No.
Without your insurance?
Without my insurance, out of pocket. And then they got an attorney involved and tried to sue over that incident. Well, with that being said,
your insurance company dropped you?
Correct.
Well, of course, because when you applied for renter's insurance, did you tell them that you had 2 King Corsos?
Yes, I did.
And they probably upped your premium? Did they up your premium?
No.
Sarah Rose, there's a registry for the top, well, they're more than the top 5, but just give me the top 5 most dangerous dogs as rated by insurance companies.
So I have a Forbes article that discusses dog breeds that are banned by the top insurance companies, and it puts them percentage of banned lists with this breed.
Let's go to German Shepherds.
45% banned.
45%.
They're banned 40% of the time by insurance companies.
40.
45.
45. And what about King Corsos?
19% of the time they're dropped or not offered coverage due to the breed of the dog.
So I would suggest that you have these big dogs and you have no insurance anymore. Do you have a job?
Yes, I do.
Make a salary?
Yes.
You know, something happens, they can attach your salary. Something happens with those 2 dogs, they can attach your salary. So you can't be cavalier about these large dogs that have already showed a propensity that they can be violent. That's on you. You know, it's one thing, and believe me, I'm not minimizing the fact that a dog was injured, but it could just as well have been a small child that ventured on to your property. You have to keep those dogs in check all the time. You too. There's a reason why you're supposed to have dogs under your control at all times. And I say this, especially big dogs that can cause serious damage. Now, what were your vet bills?
Total of $377.33.
I'd like to see them.
Sorry.
Just a little comic relief for me. Could you tell me how $322.90 translates into $10,000?
For emotional distress. For
Whose?
tax. Mine.
Whose? For yours?
Yeah.
You were in the bathroom.
No, I came out during the fight.
I know.
Okay.
$322.
Okay.
That's on your team. You have a counterclaim for $10,000.
Yes.
And your counterclaim is that while you were trying to separate these dogs, you got bit.
I did get bit on my hands and wrists, and I have pictures.
And why do you think he's responsible for that?
It was their dog that
Who
bit.
cares? The incident was, put your hand down. The incident was precipitated by your dogs not being under your control. And if you got into the mix and try to separate them and their dog bit you, well, that's what happens. That's why you should keep your dogs on leashes. I would like you to walk over to that photograph and point out to me on the photograph where you were when your hand got bitten.
I was right here.
You were on their property, right?
Correct.
Now you understand? Now, if you had been on your property and their unleashed dog followed you back to your property and you were on your property, I'd hear you. But you're on their property. You were getting your dogs back in between the dog fight. Counterclaims dismissed. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $322. We're finished. Thank you.
This court is adjourned.
Well, I'm just happy it's over and we get to go back to being neighbors.
I think it was fair that he had to pay the vet bills, but I think the emotional distress could have been given a little bit as well.
I dove into the middle of the dog fight and separated my dog from both dogs fighting, and I brought my dog back onto the property.
Traumatic. Seeing my dog get attacked for the second time by these same dogs and having to live it all again.
Their investigation was to see who was at fault, but both dogs were off leash, so they deemed no one at fault.
I think it was fair. I just wish that we could have touched base on the main reason why we're here. It was my son's emotional distress. He had to see a psychologist. Seeing our dog in distress and his demeanor had changed. I'm happy with her ruling, but I just wish we would have had a little more say.
That was from the first altercation 2 years ago. He was bitten in a dog fight. We did not determine if it was my dog or his dog.
They came out because we felt that if the dogs needed to be taken, or we just felt like it was the right thing to do, that they needed to come out.
Well, we just both keep our dogs on a leash and stay away from each other.
I know that list was a little confusing, but I wanted just to read it word for word. I guess the way Forbes had it illustrated was just the percentage of those types of dogs that are banned on the top insurance companies' lists as far as home insurance, renter's insurance. So I'd assume German Shepherds came up higher just because they're a more known or
probably more popular
breed.
Popular breed.
But King Corsos were right up there. I'd be scared of both dogs if they came running in my yard.
Yeah, it's so frightening. And I love dogs, but I'm not a big dog lover.
You're a small
I'm
dog.
a little dog person, because if they bite you, they can't kill you. They can nip you and, could be uncomfortable for a couple of days. But I would be petrified if 2 Cane Corsos came running in my direction and nobody was in tethered control of them. And people think, their dogs are wonderful with them, they're gentle, but this defendant had a history with his dogs. He actually paid out of pocket a couple of years ago for injuries that his dogs caused. Anyway, you have a big dog, you're supposed to have big responsibility. You want less responsibility? Get a Chihuahua. His body and your car collided?
Yes.
Oh, God. So you were running across the street?
Thought I could make it. Didn't make it.
You're a very, very lucky kid. They say cat has 9 lives. People aren't that lucky.
This is Judy Justice. School teacher Rachel Haida is suing Virginia Allen for car damage and emotional distress after Virginia's son hit her car.
Court come to order. All rise.
Have a seat, please.
Hello, Judge. Haida versus Allen.
Thank you. Ms. Haida, your case is about damage that was done to your car when Miss Allen's son, which would be this young man over here, hit it. You were in the car. He was on foot at an intersection. The defendant's argument is that you were driving carelessly and you're just lucky that she's not suing you. Okay. Your case has a sort of interesting twist, which I will find out about. because Miss Allen's son, whose name is?
Keegan.
That Keegan was playing some, it's hard for me to imagine, some stupid, idiotic teenage game that other people on the internet, on something, TikTok, that it's a sort of a game he was playing. You may be able to see me better if you trim that, so it's not below your eyes. I tell that to my grandchildren, just a little, so I could see, I could see your eyes. And your mother would love it, just a little bit. Yeah, yes. Perfect. See, he's not intimidated, Miss Allen. I see he's not intimidated by anything. Yeah. I can fix that.
Thank you. I'd appreciate that.
Yeah, not to worry. Okay, so tell me when this incident occurred.
It actually occurred on April 27th.
What time of day?
Approximately 3:45 p.m.
And you were picking your kids up from school?
Yes.
How many children do you have?
I have 2 of my own, but I'm a carpool mom that takes turns with 2 other moms. So I had a total of 5 children in the car that day.
Tell me what happened.
So I had just picked them up, and I was in the right-hand lane, and the light was red. So, of course, I was idle, waiting for the light to turn green. And I'm definitely one of those people who always hesitate at a green light because...
Don't give me a whole story, just tell me what happened.
Yeah, so then I started to progress through the green light, and then, instantly, seconds after I progressed, we were colliding.
Okay. You were colliding with Keegan. Tell me where his body was on your car.
He was running towards, my driver's side window, my door, and I only saw him as we were colliding, going towards my door, my driver's side door.
Okay. Do you have photographs of where his body and your car collided? I would like to see the damage to the car.
Oh, okay, yeah. I do have that.
While she's looking for that, Miss Allen, you weren't with your son that day.
I was not.
He was coming home from school.
Correct.
And he walks home?
Yes. I have actually a quick little video of the whole thing. You click on that one right there. Should I click on it or should I wait for you? Yeah, because I don't want it to play.
Miss Allen, have you seen photographs of the car?
I have not.
Okay. So it was on the side?
Yes.
Is that the rear passenger side?
Rear driver's side.
Rear driver's side, right over the wheel?
Yes. I believe even my collision report gives the X's on the drawing.
No, I'm just looking at it. Kevin, I would like you to show Miss Allen just so that she sees the same photograph that I'm looking at. And Keegan, you could get up and look at that photograph with your mother so that you've had an opportunity to see it as well. So now you can return that to her. Keegan did not collide with her so that the damage to her car was in the front. He collided on the side of her car. So, I'm not really good at physics, but if he made contact with the car on her side, unless the car was being driven sideways, he hit her. I'm just telling you that, right? I don't know the circumstances around it, but his body hit her car, not her car hitting his body.
No, but I may.
Well, you have no idea because you weren't there.
Correct.
Right. And what happened after he hit the car? That's pretty serious damage, which means that the person or object that hit your car was going pretty fast. Mm-hmm. Because it wouldn't make any difference how fast your car was going. The force of the person hitting your car caused that kind of damage. Got it so far, Keegan?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Excuse me?
Yes.
Perfect.
School teacher Rachel Haida claims Virginia Allen's son, Keegan, ran into the street and hit her car, causing damage and emotional distress.
Okay, what happened next?
I screamed, pulled over to the side, within nanoseconds, ran out to go check on him. And luckily, a nurse had ran out kind of simultaneously as me, and we both just kind of started examining. I let her touch him, but I was there examining him with my eyes and asking him questions. And I kind of let her take control because you could see that she was a nurse. She had tools, nurse tools around her neck, and I kind of just let her do her
thing.
routine, and the police had came in instantly. Our neighborhood is very good about that. Police are very nearby, and as soon as the police arrived, I ran straight to them so I can explain what happened and give information.
And what happened with Keegan?
So from what I could see, the nurse had eventually walked him over to the sidewalk, and while I was giving the police my report, ambulance showed up to take him away.
Did they take?
They did.
EMS take him away?
That could partly be because I am a teacher, so I'm CPR certified, so I know one of the big things you do is you tell someone, go call 911. So I did turn to a bystander and say, call 911. So the bystander went to call 911. So I think that's one of the reasons why the ambulance came.
Were you called to the hospital, Miss Allen?
I was.
And did you go?
I did.
What time did you get there?
I arrived about 5 o'clock, shortly after 5.
Did you have a conversation with your son?
I did.
First of all, how is he feeling?
He is confused. He didn't remember a lot about what happened. He said last thing he remembered, he was at school, and next thing he was in an ambulance.
That's what he said? He didn't remember anything else?
He did not remember very much.
Does he remember now?
He does.
Oh, good. Well, I could understand him being a little confused maybe then, but I'm glad he sort of remembers now.
Yes.
Okay, it's about 3:25. You're just getting out of school, Keegan.
Yes.
You walking home alone?
No, I was walking with some friends, and when I got to the crosswalk, what I remember, the red hand was still flashing. And my uncle's visiting from New Mexico, so,
I don't want to hear a whole story.
Okay.
I don't want to hear a whole story about why you were anxious to get home.
I said goodbye to my friends, started running, thought I could make it, didn't make it. And when I got...
So you were running across the street?
Yes.
And you were running across the street, according to you, because you saw the light was flashing, that it was going to turn red.
Yes.
And you thought you could make it.
Yes.
Your Honor.
But shh, just a second. Yeah. You thought you could make. Can we please go to that map? Okay, do you see where that map is?
Yes.
Is your car the red car or the blue car?
Blue car.
Okay. And the picture of the man, Keegan, that would be you?
Yes.
So when you got to the sidewalk, according to you, the light that you could see on the other side of these 4 lanes was flashing.
Yes.
And you started running across the street.
Yes.
When you were standing there, you said goodbye to your friends. I want you to think about this very, very carefully. When you looked at the light, was the light flashing?
From what I remember, yes.
What do you mean from what you remember?
I don't remember it very well.
Okay, so you don't know whether the light was flashing or whether your light turned red.
Yes.
So you don't remember. So it's possible that the light was red when you ran across the street.
Yes.
That's better. Now we're getting better. Okay. Now, I've read the complaint and the answer, and I'm so happy that you weren't injured when you did this reckless thing. So if you don't remember, I have to rely on the plaintiff. The plaintiff remembers she had a green light, and you did not. So if you have no firm memory, which you just indicated to me, so far you're in the wrong. You understand that?
Yes. I did do something really stupid.
What?
I did do something really dumb.
Oh, perfect.
I do know that, and I realize that.
Okay. Well, if you did do something wrong, and your parents are responsible for your negligent acts that caused damage to her car, do you acknowledge that you owe her deductible that she had to pay to have her car fixed?
Yes, and we did offer to fix the damages and pay for the damages. It's more the emotional distress that I have an issue with.
Unfortunately, I fixed the car after they had reached out to me. I had already had the car fixed. It had been like 3 to 4 weeks when they contacted me after the accident.
Did you contact them?
I did not.
How did you get her
Well, because we found out she's suing us. So then we reached out to say, may we fix the damages to your car?
Okay.
Yes.
And I assume, Miss Allen, you sound like a reasonably intelligent woman, that if one of my children were hit by a car and taken to the hospital, I might decide that this driver was reckless, if it was reckless, and sue them. You decided not to do that for a variety of reasons.
Correct.
So I'm glad that you agreed to fix the damage. But there's something in this complaint that I would like to pursue for a second. Keegan,
Yes.
after this incident, did you post anything on the internet about the incident?
A few weeks later, I did post a picture of myself in the hospital, yes.
Anything else?
No, ma'am.
You have anything that he posted on the internet?
Within 24 hours, I received a video of him recording himself saying, and I quote, "I made that car my bitch."
May I see that?
That is this. And again, this is within 24 hours.
My face looking pretty.
You guys saw the coyotes. Am I in a big street?
Feeling pretty good though. Feeling like,
right here.
yo, I made that car my bitch. I pretty much took that car like a champ.
School teacher Rachel Haida has accused Virginia Allen's son, Keegan, of running into the street and colliding with her car.
Now, Keegan, I would like you to tell me what that means. I would like you to tell me what it means. I really don't know.
I guess I probably meant that...
No. I don't want you to guess anything. You know exactly what that means in your head. So don't give me a guess. What does it mean?
I was pretty okay for being hit by a car.
That's what it means. I made that car my bitch means I'm pretty okay? Really? Is that what you meant? Or did you mean you took that car?
Well, you see the minimal damage I have from getting hit by a car.
That's not my question to you, Keegan. I mean, you know, I've not heard that expression, particularly that expression before with regard to a car. But I don't think that that means I collided with a car and look, I only had minimum damage. What does it mean?
That I took it well.
Not you. It says I made that car my bitch.
Yes.
What does that mean? I really did this okay. I turned out okay. I wasn't that injured. That phrase has a particular meaning, and I would really like to know what it means. Not what you would like to say it means, but what you meant when you posted it.
I do not understand the question, Your Honor.
Okay. In my mind, that statement means I took the car. That this was some sort of sport.
No.
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 You were just rushing home to see your uncle.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
He's a family friend. I've known him all my life.
You aware of a game sort of on TikTok where kids try to beat a traffic light?
No,
you aware of that? Not?
No.
Never seen it?
No.
Okay. Is this the video of the accident?
Yes.
I'd like to take a look. Just a second. Have you ever seen that, Miss Allen?
I have not.
To be honest, Your Honor, I have never seen it either. I have not been able to get myself to watch it.
Oh, so we're all seeing it for the first time. How interesting. Okay, let's go.
This is a good song. Are you sure you're
There he is.
What? Oh, God, hit a kid.
Clearly, all the other cars were going, so she wasn't even the first car in line. All the other cars went. Who is this?
That's my father. Colin.
Would you like to move over so you can see it again?
I was able to see it.
Okay, so you understand what happened. All the other cars going. We're going to play it one more time. One more time. And I want you to see where your son starts to cross the street when the traffic is moving. Light changes. Cars start to move.
I can't see the. Oh, yeah,
Well, then move over, sir.
Well, just the light.
Move
the
over.
light's just right in between.
I don't need any communication. Just move over and look at it. The light's green. Cars are moving. The plaintiff's car has the dash cam on it. Your son is running across the street. Green light. She wasn't even the first car. 2 cars went before her. Now you see that, sir?
Yes.
Great. Okay, so you had a deductible. How much?
$1,000 deductible.
And how long did it take for your car to be fixed?
I want to say it was like 2 weeks and 2 days, like right over 2 weeks.
What did you do for a car for those 2 weeks?
I was able to borrow my father's car for on and off. Yeah.
Great. So you had your father's car. Very good. You're a very lucky kid. You're a very, very lucky kid.
I know.
They say cat has 9 lives. People aren't that lucky. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,000. We're finished. Thank you very much.
This court is adjourned.
I think she was very fair. I'm glad she was able to hear from both sides.
I think the judge's decision is fair. I feel like the game is hearsay, but my son clearly was in the wrong.
So I'm a teacher, and hitting a child is one of my worst fears of all time, and it happened, and it's been pretty traumatic for me, to be honest.
It was very frightening. I got lots of new white hair and wrinkles, and it's obviously very distressing.
Severe anxiety driving down that street, consistently fearful of hitting children. Like anywhere I go, just constant fear.
To hear that your kid has been hit by a car.
Police officers are the ones that informed me that he did it on purpose.
Disappointment.
So they knew from the very beginning.
It might fun.
Kind of hoping that this would be like a good lesson for him, that he would finally learn to make better choices.
I hope he learns, and obviously still needs to.
So I was hoping that this is the thing that's going to turn him over. And when I saw that video, I was like, oh, or not.
That's one lucky kid and one lucky family. Oh, yeah. What a fool. I'm not sure he gave me an adequate explanation of what he meant when he posted that video. You know, I have my own thoughts about that. But he is one lucky kid because he went into that car with some force.
Yeah. No, I've seen you, leave the curb at a blinking hand, a short distance. But there were cars that were going already. It was very clearly a Frogger type situation trying to weave traffic.
What did you call that?
Frogger. Like it's an old video game where you jump through traffic and try not to get hit by cars. So when I saw that video, that's exactly what I thought of.
Yeah, well, I learned something. Frogger.
ব্রেকিং নিউজ, হাথুরুর ভবিষ্যৎ নিয়ে বিসিবির সিদ্ধান্ত বিকেলে। বিস্তারিত দেখুন পুরো ভিডিওতে। দর্শক, সাধারণত কোনো সিরিজ শেষে সপ্তাহখানেক বিরতি পেলেই অস্ট্রেলিয়ায় নিজ নিবাসে ফিরে যান বাংলাদেশের জাতীয় ক্রিকেট দলের হেড কোচ চন্ডিকা হাথুরুসিংহে। কিন্তু এবার ভারত সফর শেষ করে আর দেশে যাননি তিনি, এখনও ঢাকাতেই আছেন। হাথুরু হয়তো ভেবেছিল 16-17 অক্টোবর থেকে দক্ষিণ আফ্রিকা সফরের প্রস্তুতি শুরু, তাই আর দেশে গিয়ে কি করবেন, ঢাকাতে থাকাই ভালো। কিন্তু ঢাকাতেই হাথুরু পেলেন চরম দুঃসংবাদ, তাকে আর হেড কোচ পদে রাখা হচ্ছে না। বাংলাদেশ ক্রিকেট বোর্ডের বিসিবির সভাপতি ফারুক আহমেদ নিজেই তাকে না করে দিয়েছেন। সম্ভবত গতকাল সোমবার বিপিএল প্লেয়ার্স ড্রাফটের আগ মুহূর্তে অথবা আগের দিন রাতেই বিসিবি প্রধানের ফোনে কোচ পদ থেকে অব্যাহতির ফোন পান হাথুরুসিংহে। বিসিবির একাধিক দায়িত্বশীল সূত্র খবরটি নিশ্চিত করেছেন। এ ব্যাপারে বিসিবি সভাপতি ফারুক আহমেদের সাথে যোগাযোগ করা হলে তিনি জাগো নিউজকে বলেন, আজ বিকেলে 3টা থেকে 3:30 নাগাদ আনুষ্ঠানিক প্রেস কনফারেন্সে জানিয়ে দেব। কি জানাবেন বিসিবি প্রধান? সেটা কি হাথুরুকে অব্যাহতি দেওয়ার ঘোষণা? বিসিবি সভাপতি সরাসরি না বললেও হাবভাবে বুঝিয়ে দিয়েছেন একটা ঘোষণা আসছে, সেটা হাথুরুর বিষয়ে। তাকে কোচিংয়ের দায়িত্ব থেকে অব্যাহতির ঘোষণাই হবে। হাথুরুকে অব্যাহতি দিলেও দক্ষিণ আফ্রিকার বিপক্ষে সিরিজে কোচ কে হবেন, নাকি হাথুরুসিংহে ওই সিরিজে শেষবারের মতো দায়িত্ব পালন করবেন, তা এখনও অজানাই থেকে গেছে। ধারণা করা হচ্ছে পুরো বিষয়টি আজ বিকেলে বিসিবি সভাপতির সংবাদ সম্মেলনে পরিষ্কার হবে। বিসিবি সভাপতির মন্তব্য শুনে ধরেই নেওয়া যায় বাংলাদেশ ক্রিকেট হাথুরুর উপাখ্যান শেষ হতে চলেছে, বাকি শুধু আনুষ্ঠানিক ঘোষণা।